Aaron! Hey honey, you working this weekend? I was thinking of taking Sophia along to the movie theater as a treat. It'd be great if we could all go as a family. Wanna come with us? Popcorn's on me!
Bummer, I'm working this weekend. The boss has been on my case about some presentation materials for ages now, so I said I'd go in and get them done. It'll have to go just the two of you.
I see. Oh, before I forget, did you remember to book off the 2nd of next month off as a holiday? It's Sophia's last sports day at kindergarten.
Damn, I forgot. In any case, I'm probably not going to be able to go anyway. I have a bunch of deadlines to meet around the 2nd, so the boss would never let me take it off.
Look, I get that you're busy, but that's what you always say when there's an event at kindergarten coming up. Does your work consist of nothing but deadlines or something? You didn't even go to her entrance ceremony.
Yeah, Lulu, my job does consist of nothing but deadlines. You got a problem with that? I had deadlines back then too. Jeez, just get off my back already.
Look, Aaron, just please calm down. I'm not here for an argument. Isn't there anything you can do about it this time? We'd both really love it if you came. I totally get how busy you are with work. I know the boss is always on your case and I don't want to mess things up for you there. But I'd really appreciate it if you made more of an effort to spend time with your family.
What am I meant to do, Lulu? Work is work. It's not like I enjoy being constantly swamped with deadlines or having an overbearing boss breathing down my neck all the time. But if you like having food on the table, you're just gonna have to suck it up.
But you hardly ever seem to get days off. Is what they're doing to you even legal? They don't even give you time off for important events when you book months in advance. Surely there must be some way for them to work around the deadline thing with that much notice? Have you ever thought about reporting them to the Labor Standards Committee?
Really, Lulu? You seriously think that's an option? This is just how it is in my line of work. There's nothing I can do about it. This is just how it is in my line of work. There's nothing I can do about it. I knew what I was getting myself into when I joined the company, so I can hardly start complaining now, can I? It wouldn't just be nonsensical, it'd be rude.
Please, just think about it for a moment. When's the last time you and Sophia actually went out together?
When was it? I did take her to kindergarten a few times.
That was over 2 years ago, Aaron. Sophia doesn't even remember it anymore.
Wow, was it really that long ago? It's scary how fast time flies.
Yes, it really was. You haven't been out with her a single time since then, have you? It's getting to her, you know. She misses her dad. She even said something the other day.
What did she say?
She said, "Mommy, why is Daddy never at home? My friends' daddies always take them out to play. It's not fair." And it's true. They take them out to the park, the zoo, on camping trips, to theme parks. You know, normal father-daughter stuff.
That's amazing. How are these guys finding time to do this? Don't they have jobs?
It's not amazing at all. It's normal. And of course they have jobs. It's called work-life balance. Anyway, listen, because that's not all of it. This is the part that upset me the most. She asked me, "Why is our family so different to all my friends' families?"
Oh man, give me a break. What am I even meant to say to that? Work is work. What would you have me do, quit?
I'd never ask you to do that. I'm just asking you to pay your daughter a little consideration now and then. Her dad is technically around, but she may as well be growing up in a single-mother household. You come home so late at night, and the only time she ever gets to see you is for a few minutes at the breakfast table in the morning before you rush off to work. Your own daughter's gonna forget who you are if you carry on like this. Your own daughter's gonna forget who you are if you carry on like this.
Oh, don't be so dramatic. Like Sophia could ever forget me. She's not a goldfish.
You don't know, do you? What I'm saying, of course you don't. Sophia only draws pictures of me.
Pictures?
Yes, your daughter loves to draw pictures, and I'm the only parent who's ever in them. She'll come running over. "Mommy, look, I drew a picture of our family." But apparently me, her, and Mr. Bobbins the cat are the only members of our family as far as she's concerned. Because you're never anywhere to be seen. She hasn't drawn you once. I think she's already forgetting who you are.
Seriously? Oh man.
That's why you need to start spending more time with her. Why don't you take her to the zoo or something? And when I say that, I mean soon. Remind her you exist.
Alright, I will.
How's Sunday the 30th?
God, I'm crazy busy that day.
But you're always busy. We knew that already. It doesn't necessarily have to be the 30th. Just make whatever adjustments to your schedule you need to and go to the zoo with your daughter.
Alright, fine, I will. Let's see if I can get the 30th off.
You better not cancel on her at the last minute. It would break her little heart. If you do cancel, me and your daughter will never be able to trust you again. I'll have no choice but to raise her as a single mother. Because, let's face it, that's what you've made me into.
Jeez, Lulu, fine, I get it. I already said I'll take her. You don't have to threaten me.
It's gonna be midnight soon. Aren't you a little late coming home? Is everything okay? You're supposed to be taking Sophia to the zoo in the morning. You didn't forget, did you?
It's just, listen, Lulu, there was some trouble at work, and that's why I'm running a little later than usual.
I thought you adjusted your schedule so you get off early today to get ready for your day out tomorrow. How the heck is it almost midnight? I made you something to eat because you told me you'd be home early.
I'm sorry, that was originally the plan, I swear.
You and Sophia have to be up early tomorrow morning to catch the bus for the zoo in time, don't you? I'm over the moon about you taking her out. Really, I am, but you're gonna spend your first day in 2 years together dragging your feet around like some sleep-deprived zombie at this rate.
Yeah, you're right. I think we might have to leave a little later than we planned.
Please tell me you're not about to cancel on your daughter.
Of course not, we're going. It's just that trouble at work I mentioned, no one could have seen it coming. I swear I did want to get out early, but I had to stay behind to deal with some fallout. But we are going to the zoo. I promise we are, so just chill, okay, babe?
Sophia's so excited she can barely contain herself. I'm begging you, Aaron. Please don't let your daughter down this time.
No, I said chill. Seriously, there's nothing to worry about. I'll be home within the next 30 minutes. The guys at the office weren't actually done dealing with the crap that happened, but I just said screw it and left anyway. There was no way I could stay any longer. I don't have time to get dragged into endless work drama when I have a day out with my daughter planned for tomorrow.
So what actually happened?
So there's this client we meet with a few times a week, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this. He's the biggest pain in the ass I've ever met in my life. To cut a long story short, he flipped out when he realized we'd made some tiny alterations to his proposal due to budget issues, and the whole office descended into chaos. Anyway, don't worry about it. I'll wash my hands of the place when I realize I might not make it in time for my early start tomorrow. I can deal with it when I go back on Monday. My only priority now is enjoying mine and my daughter's day out at the zoo tomorrow.
I see. Well, I want you to know I really appreciate that, Aaron. Okay. I'm waiting with your supper. See you soon. Be as quick as you can. Did you find her?
No, she's nowhere to be seen.
Where the hell did she go? I just ran over to the Lost Child Center at the far end of the zoo, but they said they hadn't seen or heard anything.
I see. Damn.
Oh, what do we do? I wonder if they'll check the surveillance cameras for us? Should we just go around asking randomers if they've seen her?
Lulu, just calm down. We've got to have our heads screwed on properly right now. The zoo staff have already said they'll keep their eyes peeled for any sign of her, right? That's a lot of pairs of eyes, so don't worry. We'll find her soon. I just know it. Let's meet up and look together.
How can you tell me to calm down at a time like this? We've been looking for her for a whole hour and we haven't found so much as a clue to where she might have gone. What if she got involved in some kind of accident? Or worse, what if someone took her?
No way, don't even say things like that, Lulu. She's probably wandering around aimlessly at some less visited part of the zoo as we speak. Ah, that's it! I bet she just went off to try and find the pandas. You know how much she loves pandas, right? Right, honey?
I can't take this anymore. I'm calling the police.
No, stop, you mustn't! Just hold on. There's no need to do anything drastic.
Why?
Because you'll have half the police in the state down here, and they'll have the zoo shut down. You can't do that for a little girl wandering off to find some pandas. It's embarrassing. She just got lost. Like I said, we're sure to find her if we just keep looking.
Are you saying there's absolutely no possibility that she's been taken by some weirdo? You see that kind of thing all the time on the news these days. She might not even be at the zoo anymore for all we know. They could have taken her anywhere.
Chill out, it's fine.
How can you say that? You can't possibly know. We have to consider all scenarios here, especially the worst ones.
But this just isn't the kind of thing that justifies calling the cops. Do you have any idea how much money it costs them to send out search parties for stuff like this?
How can you be so nonchalant? It's almost like you don't care. What the hell has gotten into you, Erin? Your daughter has been missing for over an hour, for crying out loud. You're not even a little bit worried about her, are you?
Of course I am. I'm just trying not to lose my head like you are. The only way we're going to find her is by keeping cool.
Liar! You're more worried about the freaking police budget than you are about finding your daughter. If you really cared, you'd stop at nothing to track her down. Why can't we call the cops? Surely it's best to call them on the off chance she's in danger?
Oh, how many times do I have to tell you Sophia's fine?
And how many times do I have to ask you how you can say that? The only way you could say that is if you knew where she is. Wait a sec. No way. Do you know? Do you know where she is?
And there it is, the crazy talk begins. Jesus Christ, Lulu, how the hell would I know that?
You do, don't you? You know something, don't you? Tell me. That's the only way you could possibly be this calm. No father on this planet would react to his daughter going missing. Tell me the truth now.
Look, I really don't know where she is, and that's the truth. But I do know she's not alone.
What does that mean? How do you know that?
Sophia's with someone called Amy right now. I just got a message.
Amy? What? Who's Amy?
Well, you could say that she's an acquaintance.
Erin, are you? Oh my god, you're not having an affair, are you?
Whoa there! Wait a second. No. It's not that at all.
Then explain yourself! I'm not messing around here. Tell me what's going on right this instant.
Lulu, I'm so sorry. Alright, fine. I may have cheated on you.
Oh my god, I can't believe it!
I'm so sorry. I swear I am. I never thought this would happen. It was never my intention to cheat. It kind of just happened.
You lying, cheating, low-life scumbag! Now tell me where my Sophia's been for the last hour and tell me why she's with your bimbo mistress. Ugh! Explain yourself now!
Look, Lulu, Amy has high hopes and aspirations of her own. She says she wanted to take everything from you.
From me? What?
She says she wants to steal everything you have, which includes stealing me by becoming my wife. It also includes Sophia in the house. She wants everything, and she'll stop at nothing to get her way.
What on earth? She wants to steal everything I have? But I don't even know her. Why does she hate me so much? This makes no sense. Have we met before? Did I do something to upset her?
Well, I can't claim to understand how a woman's mind works.
Oh, I think I can. She probably just hates me because she wanted to get her claws into you. But she saw me, your wife, as just standing in her way. She's jealous. So she wants to take everything I have to satisfy her twisted ambitions.
I don't know, Lulu. I think she just enjoys the feeling of motherhood she gets from being around Sophia. She always talks about how much she loves kids and how great it'd be to have some of her own someday. If you ask me, she just wants to be a mom. I want you to know she'd never do anything to hurt Sophia. She's in safe hands.
But what if Sophia doesn't want to be around her? Then there's no telling what she might do then. She might lose her temper and hurt her when she realizes she can't get her own way. If she's deranged enough to abduct someone else's daughter, she's capable of anything.
No way, she's not like that. She'd never hurt Sophia, I'm sure of it. She'd never do anything that reckless, I swear.
She abducted our freaking daughter at the zoo, Erin. She was hardly the picture of sanity to begin with, was she? I bet she followed us, waiting for her opportunity to strike, and then snatched her as soon as we weren't looking. Normal human beings do not behave like this. This is the kind of thing you see in crime documentaries about psychopaths. How can you be so sure she won't hurt Sophia?
Alright, fine, you do have a point.
I'm hurt enough that you cheat on me, but could you at least not have cheated on me with someone who doesn't act like an escaped mental patient? What attracted you to a lunatic like her? What the hell is wrong with you, Aaron?
No, Amy never used to be like this. It was only recently she started acting weird. I've got a feeling the reason they're pulling this crazy stunt today might have something to do with us fighting yesterday.
Wait, you met her yesterday too? Is that why you came home from work so late? I thought you said there was some trouble at the office with a client.
Look, fine, I'll tell you the truth. It's Amy's birthday today. But since she wouldn't stop nagging at me to spend time with you and Sophia, I had no choice but to cancel that date. When I did, she completely lost it. I tried to be diplomatic, but there was no reasoning with her. She was so furious, it was like I was speaking to a different person.
You mean she pulled a guilt trip on you? It probably went something like, who's more important to you, me or your family, huh? Am I right?
Yeah, that's exactly what she said, actually. But I told her my family are more important, that's why I'm here with you guys today.
Have you even heard yourself, Aaron? You cheated on me for crying out loud. You've got some nerve to claim me and Sophia matter to you. The only reason this is happening is because of you. This is all your fault. I'll never forgive you.
Huh? My fault?
Obviously, it's all your fault. Who else is there to blame?
I'm so sorry.
Quit with your empty, meaningless apologies and listen to me. You will contact your disturbed psycho of a mistress and find out where she is with my daughter immediately.
She might get mad again. Surely we don't want to poke the bear while she still has Sophia.
That's why you're going to message her with a groveling apology for choosing your family over her. You let her know how sorry you are, what a huge mistake you've made, and you find out where she is without a single shot being fired by pretending to be on her side. I'm sure you can come up with something. Let's meet up, babe. Me, you, and Sophia. Now we can be a real family. You come up with some bullcrap like that about how special she is to you, so she lets her guard down, and you find out exactly where she is with our daughter.
Got it, alright, I can do this. What do we do once we know where they are? Should I go alone and bring Sophia back?
And how exactly do you intend to do that?
By force.
Didn't you just say we shouldn't poke the bear? She's clearly unhinged already. Do you really think a physical confrontation is the most intelligent way to solve this? Sure, she could direct her anger towards you, in which case I can't particularly say I'd care. But Sophia could get hurt too, which I am absolutely not willing to risk. We need to leave this to the professionals.
The professionals?
I'm calling the police.
Come on, Lulu, I understand you're scared, but wouldn't you rather avoid this becoming a police matter? This is just a personal problem at the end of the day. Let's solve it amongst ourselves.
You mean you're terrified of the embarrassment of people finding out what a horrible husband, father, and human being you are?
Well, it would involve you telling the police about the affair, wouldn't it? It would be just as embarrassing for you as it would be for me.
Our daughter could be in danger and you're worried about your goddamn reputation? You make me sick. What she did is a crime. This became a police matter the moment she abducted our daughter. How much more evidence do you need that she's crazy? Normal, stable people do not act like this. Our daughter's been abducted and being held hostage as we speak, and you don't want me to call the police? What do you think the police even exist for if not stuff like this? There's no time to waste. We have to get Sophia back.
Fine.
You better not say anything to alarm her. She's unpredictable and dangerous, and she needs to stay calm. Make her think you're on her side and find out where she is. Do it now.
How'd it go?
Okay, I'm waiting. Get in touch with her now. What are you waiting for? Hurry up, do it!
You told me to not...
Where are you?
You told me not to try and approach them to prevent Amy doing anything crazy, so I'm just hanging back right now.
The police just handed Sophia back to me. She has no injuries and seems more or less okay. She did cry a little, but I think that's just because she was confused and missing her mom. She doesn't seem too shaken.
Thank God for that. So the cops got her back from Amy and made sure she was safe? What happened with Amy?
Well, she lost her temper and started running around trying to flying roundhouse kick the cops. It took 7 officers to restrain her. She even managed to injure 2 of them. It looks like assaulting police officers is going to be added onto the child abduction charges.
It took 7 cops to restrain Amy? A single woman, but she's tiny.
She was like a woman possessed. One of the officers said she had the strength of 10 men. It's a miracle Sophia didn't get hurt. I'm so relieved.
Amy's lost her mind. God, was she playing her? To think she tried to take on 7 cops all by herself. I never knew she had it in her to be so violent. I feel like I barely know her anymore.
It's funny you should say that, because I feel like I barely know you either. You're the one who caused all this. Apparently, she was screaming like a banshee the whole time, like a whirlwind of unbridled fury fueled by a mixture of misplaced motherly instincts, jealousy, and insanity. Oh, and there was this one more thing. She said you and her were supposed to be getting married? You wouldn't happen to know anything about this, would you? It wouldn't just so happen that the reason she flipped out is because you betrayed her, would it? I mean, you do have a track record of betrayal, so I think I already know the answer.
Wait, what? No, I never said I'll marry her. That's a load of nonsense.
I bet you told her a pack of convenient lies, just like the kind you always used with me. I hope you didn't think you were off the hook just because I was focusing all my efforts on her when she had Sophia. Don't forget, you are the one who caused all this by cheating on me with her in the first place.
I'm really sorry from the bottom of my heart. I'll never forgive myself for getting Sophia wrapped up in all this.
I'm not interested in your apologies. We have more important things to discuss. That woman is still obsessed with you. There's no telling what she might do next. What if she wants to revenge against me or Sophia? We might still be in danger. Do we have to live our whole lives in fear of reprisals now?
Don't worry about that, we're good. The cops arrested her, right? Even if she did want to take revenge on us, what's she gonna do from inside her cell?
She's not gonna be in prison forever. You know how lax the justice system can be. They release murderers early on good behavior, so we can hardly count on her being locked up forever for this. What if she pretends she's remorseful and sorry to trick you into letting your guard down so she can get in close and make her move?
Surely even when she does get released, they'll admit her to a psych ward before she can roam free in society again.
Even if that was the case, she'd get out of there eventually too. I don't think you're getting my point here, Aaron. As long as we're with you, there's a chance that me and Sophia might still be in danger. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Go on, tell me.
I want a divorce. I can't let you drag me or our daughter into your dangerous shenanigans any more than you already have.
No, don't say that. Lulu, I understand how you feel, but let's not be hasty here. Who knows, she might forget about me in prison. She may be obsessed now, but that's not to say it'll be that way forever. That's right, she'll have a long, hard think about her behavior while she serves her sentence. Realize she acted foolishly and give up on the whole thing. I'm sure of it.
You don't know that. That's just what you hope will happen. We have to consider the worst-case scenario and act in the best interest of our daughter at all times. This is no joke when Sophia's safety is at stake.
Yeah, you're right, but...
No buts. If cutting you out of our lives is what it takes to keep her safe, then so be it. And I'll do it without an ounce of regret. You betrayed me, Aaron. You lied and you cheated for so long. And you know what? You probably would have carried on if Amy didn't do what she did. In a way, I'm grateful.
But you interfere in my world. I love you. I've been doing a lot of soul searching, and this whole thing made me realize what really matters to me.
You love us? You've got some nerve. You didn't care about me or your daughter one bit until now.
Like I said, I only just realized my priorities are all out of whack. I should have treated you guys better. I should have spent more time with my family. Amy means nothing to me. I'm sorry it took all this to make me realize that.
If you really love me and your daughter, accept the divorce. If Sophia really is your #1 priority, you'll do the right thing and get out of our lives.
Let's say I did, what then? And what if Amy keeps stalking me? I have no idea what she's capable of. She might even try to hurt me. Are you telling me I have to face all that alone?
This was all you're doing. You have no one else to blame but yourself. You made your bed, now lie in it. Why would me and our young daughter stick around when you yourself have admitted you might be in danger? What are we to you, human shields?
Lulu, at least answer me this. If one day I was to disappear, would you come looking for me?
No, you're not my problem anymore. Let's face it, you were hardly ever around to begin with. Me and Sophia will probably have forgotten you by next week. After receiving a psychological examination, Amy was deemed not criminally responsible for her actions on account of insanity and admitted to a high-security mental hospital. Apparently, even during the examination, she was still convinced that Sophia was her own daughter. It was only right that she be deemed a danger to the public. With delusions like that, who's to say what she'd do if she was allowed to roam free? For the sake of mine and Sophia's safety, I divorced Aaron and moved a long, long way away. Somewhere the jilted mistress would never find us. Just to be safe, I saw to it that Aaron would play as small a role as possible in his daughter's life for the foreseeable future. Thankfully, both our families agreed, understanding that Sophia's safety should be everyone's #1 priority. Aaron told me he did get a phone call from the psych ward at one point, but Amy told him it didn't look like she was going to be getting discharged anytime soon. Amy's parents said the reason her daughter lost her mind was because of how Aaron used, manipulated, and toyed around with her like she was some plaything before tossing her aside like a piece of trash when he was done. They were so furious they hired a first-class lawyer and took my ex-husband to court. Last I heard, the trial is still ongoing. I get phone calls from a desperate-sounding Aaron every now and then, complaining of how much his life sucks now and how he's never going to be able to afford the compensation they're demanding, but I just ignore them. He's getting exactly what he deserves. Hopefully, this gives him pause to think about his disgraceful behavior. Who knows? Maybe it's not too late for him to become a good person. Anything's possible.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Mom, what's going on here? You've already reached the limit this month already. What are you even spending so much on? What limit are you talking about here? Seriously, Sophie, you never explain what you mean properly. Tell me, what do you want to say in a way I can't understand what you're talking about? I'm talking about the credit card spending limit. That should be obvious. Why did you spend so much this month? Oh, is that really what you meant? You could have just said that straight away. There was just a little something that I needed to buy, so I used the card. And what is that little something? Does it really matter? Why do you care? It's my choice what I spend money on, isn't it? Why do I need to go out of my way to tell you every little thing I buy and why I bought it? That would be fine if you were the one who was paying back the credit card, but it's Peter and I who are the ones doing that. That's why I'm telling you to stop wasting money on useless things. God, you're so annoying about this. You need to stop worrying so much about all of these little things. Mark never complained about any of this when I was living with him, you know. It was so much more enjoyable with him than here with you. Can't you take a leaf out of this book? You should be more like him. You want me to take a leaf out of Mark's book? He was the one who left you with all the debt and ran off. Of course he didn't care about your spending habits. You were the one who came crying to us to help you. So how can you even say that I should be more like him? Is that how it is? It all happened so long ago, I don't really remember what happened anymore. Listen here, Mom. We paid back the entire credit card debt for you. And not only that, we even let you move in with us and are paying for your monthly expenses. I don't want to hear that you've forgotten all that. Don't you even feel a shred of gratitude to us? Oh, just give it up already. Why do you even have to keep bringing that up again and again? That happened a long time ago, so you need to put it to rest. And you always do this, you know. One small thing happens and then you start blaming everyone. I'm telling you this because I'm worried about you too, you know. We've helped you out a bunch in the past, haven't we? Can't you at least try to understand where we're coming from? Oh yeah, thank you so much. I'm so glad that I have a daughter who complains to me every day about every tiny thing I do. I couldn't be happier, thanks to you and all your help. I get to live a miserable life every day. Lucky me. I'm really so grateful to you for all of it. Oh my god, why do you have to take this kind of attitude? I'm asking you nicely not to act that in front of Peter. All you do is complain to him about everything. The money we give you to spend and just living in general together. You need to stop doing that. Ah, here we go again. I'm the bad guy and you need to tell me off. Living with Mark really was so much better than with you. I wish I could move out and live with him again. Look, I know that you love him as your son and that you prefer him to me in every way. But as your daughter, I can't agree with you doing that. Why is that? What's wrong with Mark? Are you saying that because he broke off contact with us? Or are you saying that it's impossible for me to do that because we don't know where he is right now? Well, both of those things obviously does make it impossible, but that's not what I meant. Even if you knew where he was, it would all just end the same as it did last time. Do you want to be up to your ears in debt again? Of course I don't. Who would want that? That's exactly what I'm saying, right? So then just forget about Mark already. If you don't, it will definitely happen to you again if he comes back. Well, I don't think it will, but you can just help me out again if that happens. So I don't really see the issue here. Come on, give me a break already. You might be my mom, but there's a limit to everything. Being thankful to you for raising me isn't going to last forever, you know? Those feelings aren't limitless. Yeah, whatever. You always say that, but always end up helping me anyway. I know you, and I know you wouldn't leave me out to dry. You love me, and will always look after me. Are you really sure about that? Because I wouldn't. But enough talk about that anyway. Oh, are you getting embarrassed talking about that? You know you have never been one to really listen to me, ever since you were a kid. But still, that's a thing about you that I think is almost cute. That's not important right now. I'm just telling you that you need to think about how you spend money. If you do that, then I won't have to complain to you all the time. Just get it together, will you? Please. I'm sick of having to do this over and over again. Sophie, sorry to message you while you're at work, but I want you and Peter to move out of the house. In the next few days would be best actually. If you're busy, I can help you pack all your stuff so you can leave faster. What's this all of a sudden? What are you even talking about? Why would we leave anywhere? Mark is going to come back and I decided that the two of us will live in this house together. What? Mark is back again? Yeah, isn't that great? I couldn't be happier to see him again. Just a little while ago he contacted me out of the blue and said that there were some things he needed and if I bought them for him, then he would come back home. Is that why you used the credit card for then? Well, yeah, he asked me so I couldn't exactly refuse, could I? He's my son after all, and then one thing led to another and he's coming to move in now. What? Was he the one who suggested living together again? No matter how you look at it, he obviously just needs the money right now. I don't care about that even if it means we can live together again. The only thing is that he said he didn't want to live here if you were around. That's why I need you to move out immediately, for Mark. Are you being serious right now? Of course I am. It makes sense for a mother to look after her oldest kid, and you're always so annoying as well. It would be better for me as well if you weren't around. Oh, really? Well then fine. I'll leave as soon as possible. You better not regret this later. I don't want you to come running back for help afterwards. Why would I ever regret this? Living with Mark isn't boring like it is with you. My wish actually came true. I'll say this just once. I don't agree with what you're doing, and I think it's a bad idea for you to live with Mark again. Nothing good will come of it. I just know it. Are you really okay with this? I told you that this is perfect for me. Don't go ahead making pointless predictions. Well, if you think like that, fine. It looks like you won't have any problems after Peter and I move out, so we can move out without any worries. Please, just do that. Mark is finally coming back home and I don't need anything to get in the way of that. I see how it is. Well, we'll leave, but I'm going to need a little bit of time at least. We don't even have anywhere that we could go to right away. What do you mean you don't have anywhere to stay? Why not just move to live with Peter's parents? Then you can move immediately and Mark can also come right away. There's no way we can do that. We haven't talked to them about this at all, and we can't just disrupt your life for something stupid like this. What? So what? I told you to leave right away, and now you want to put it off? Are you trying to talk your way out of it now? What if Mark doesn't come back because of this? Is that your plan? If that's enough to stop him from coming back, then he would just leave soon enough no matter what. Well, maybe. Don't worry about it. We will be out of your hair soon enough. I'll ask some friends to help and we should be able to find a place pretty quickly. I can't do much more than that right now. Fine, I get it. Just try and find somewhere as soon as you can. At least do that for me. Sophie, what's going on? You need to stop Peter. He won't listen to a word I say to him. What am I supposed to do to stop him from doing? He's just explaining to the movers what they need to take, isn't he? Everything's going just as he wanted when we're finally moving out. Why would I stop him now? The problem is what he's telling the movers to take. All of the furniture and the white goods too. Are you planning on taking everything out of this house? Yeah, and so what? I don't see the problem here. How can you not? If you take everything, what are Mark and I supposed to do? What are you talking about? Peter and I were the ones who bought all of the furniture. I think it's pretty normal to take all of your things with you when you move. Even if you did buy it all, Mark and I won't be able to do anything if the house is completely empty. I don't care about that. It's not our problem whether you can do anything or not, or what your life may be like after we move. I don't need you coming to me with your problems. What? Are you serious? You know what you're doing is going to make life more difficult for your mother, and you still don't care about it? What's going on here? That's not how a child is supposed to treat parents. Who do you think you are to treat me like this? Show me some respect. If you're going to try and use that logic, then I can say the exact same thing. What? How? You can't say that to me. It's not easy or cheap to just get up and move out the house. But you still rushed us out and asked to leave for some stupid, selfish reason. How much do you think it would cost if needed to buy replacements for all this furniture? Peter and I can't handle so many sudden expenses. You two have the money for it, don't you? So there shouldn't be a problem. The money isn't the main problem. It's that you one-sidedly kicked out your own daughter, and on top of that, you also want to steal all of my things. It's not something a parent is supposed to do. You're in no position to complain about anything I do. But I'm the one in a bad financial situation, much worse than you. You two should just give this stuff up, because you are still in the position to buy new stuff. That's why you have always helped me out till now, isn't it? That's just because you're my mom. I didn't want to just leave you on your own and then something happened. I was worried about you, and since it's just been about money, I've been patient with you. Then it should be fine to leave everything now, no? This is the same kind of thing before. I already told you this before. Gratitude towards you for raising me isn't endless. And so what of it? That has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now. Of course it does. I have no more feelings or love towards you now, and since we're going to be moving out, all expenses from now are your own. You have to figure it out on your own. I'm sure two grown adults can work something out. How can you be so selfish? Mark is coming back because he's relying on me, you know? What am I supposed to tell him if he comes back to this? I don't know. You can tell him sorry, I guess. This is all your fault after all. How can you be so irresponsible? Because I'm your daughter, that's why, and I don't have any responsibility for you and Mark. It's your fault if he comes here and gets angry. Are you okay with that? I don't care what a person who I will never see again has to say to me. Anyway, good luck. Make sure you don't complain and try to work it out on your own. It's your house now, so the two of you deal with it. Good luck living together. Mom, I keep getting a whole load of calls from an unknown number. Is this Mark's doing? That's because he won't answer your phone. Mark is absolutely wild with rage right now. And why is that? It seems like he racked up a lot of debt again while he was off by himself. and he came home because of his financial situation, but then he had to come back to a situation that is almost as bad as his. He's freaking out not knowing what to do. I knew that this would be the case. I just knew that he would be in debt again. He really never learns his lessons. Why are you talking to him as though it doesn't matter to you? It's all your fault for taking everything from the house when you left. You're the one who needs to learn your lesson. I already explained to you that we didn't do anything wrong, didn't I? All we did was take the things that we had bought ourselves. There was nothing else we could do anyway, because you told us to leave so suddenly, and the debt that Mark has is all his own fault. Everything is the fault of you two, don't you think? Here you go with the same thing again. I already know, though. You know? What do you know? That you will end up helping me again this time, too. You said yourself that you didn't agree with leaving in the first place, so you'll come back, won't you? What kind of dumb joke is this? You were the one who kicked us out in the first place, and now you think we will just come running back? Why would we do that? Because your mom is in trouble and needs your help. You're not going to just leave me like this. I know I raised a good kid. You wouldn't do something like that, would you? You really are incredibly naive. You might be my mom, but it's pathetic to see. Well, you helped me out last time, right? So it makes sense that you would help me this time as well. This is a completely different situation to before. Let me tell you this clearly so that you understand. I have run out of love and feelings for you. I'm not going to help you this time or anymore at all. It would be wrong of a child to abandon her mom in a state like this. And you're a smart girl, so you do understand that. So you know what you should do, don't you? Between helping you last time and you kicking me out of the house afterwards, I have no more duty towards you as my mom. It's all been used up. You need to understand that I just give up asking me already. Fine, I understand. I realize you won't come back. But then in exchange, at least pay me enough per month to live. No, why would I do that? Sort this out for yourselves. Listen here, Sophie. I just listened to all of your selfish reasons about why you don't want to come back here. So now, it's obvious that you need to listen to what I'm saying to you. God, you just sound so stupid right now. Why should I have to take care of my mom and brother who I neither love nor care about anymore? I'm telling you as clearly as I can that it's not happening. It's impossible. There's nothing impossible about it. If you don't help me out, then Mark is going to be really angry at me. Don't you care about that? I told you that I don't. You're the one who wanted to live with him in the first place. Sophie, please. Neither of us have anyone but you who can we rely on. We're family, aren't we? How can you leave us like this? Please, help me out this one last time. If you have time to beg me for the same thing over and over again, then use that time to do something on your own. If living with him becomes as boring as you thought it was living with me, then there's no point of any of this for you, is there? I don't plan on interfering with your lifestyles at all. Have fun, you two. Your favorite son has come back to you, so there's no need for your annoying daughter anymore, right? After I sent my mom that last message, I blocked her number and never messaged her again. In the end, her and Mark were not able to do anything to fix their financial situation and had to sell the house. They were able to somehow survive for a little while with the money that they got from the sale of the property, but because of the debt repayments that Mark was saddled with, that money didn't last too long either. Mom had to get a job again, despite her old age, and even Mark found some part-time job and worked day and night. Even now, he's still having to pay off his debt and interest payments and will probably have to keep doing so for the foreseeable future. Conversely, since Peter and I were able to get away from the two of them, and we no longer have to pay for Mom's expenses, we have actually been able to save a lot more money than before. When my mom was still living with us and we were struggling to save up money, Peter and I almost given up on being able to have a child for a long time, since we wouldn't have the means to support one. But now that we have some breathing room, we were finally able to start thinking about beginning a family again. And then, after a while, being just the two of us, we finally said hello to the beautiful baby girl that we brought into this world. Now, my husband, my newborn daughter, and I are living very happily together. When she grows up, the way my mom and brother did things will serve as good cautionary tale for her as soon as she's old enough to understand it.
Taryn, what the frick is this? I need an explanation.
What are you talking about? This means nothing to me. Can I get something precise to work with?
A letter came from a debt collection agency demanding immediate payment of outstanding debts. It was addressed to you.
Oh, that.
This means you're in debt, doesn't it? When did this happen? I had no idea.
I had some stuff going on. Sorry, babe, I meant to tell you, but I've just been so busy lately that it totally slipped my mind.
Have you seen how much you owe? This is more than just having some stuff going on. The letter said you still owe over $30,000.
Well, to tell you the truth, yes. Yes, I do.
$30,000? This is ridiculous, Darren. How are you going to get a hold of that much money? Or rather, how do you even owe that much in the first place?
I went through a rough patch where my outgoings were a little higher than usual is all. I couldn't cover it with my salary, so well, you know the rest. Before I knew it, I was up to my ears.
I can see that. Well, why did you need to borrow this much money?
Like I said, I had some stuff going on.
What stuff? How am I supposed to know if you don't tell me? A relationship should be built on trust, Darren, and I suddenly feel like we don't have any whatsoever.
Drinking parties with the boys from the office, casinos, horse racing, you know, normal guy stuff.
Are you a moron? You went into that much debt just to blow off some steam? Doesn't ending up in mountains of debt kind of defeat the object of blowing off steam in the first place?
Chill, it's fine. They said I can pay it back in monthly installments. I'll pay it back some way or another. Don't worry, babe.
That's not the point. We might both be working full-time, but we still live on a tight budget. You never seem to be able to hold down a job for more than a few months at a time, which means your salary never goes up because you're never around long enough to get promoted.
Watch yourself, Kara. Do you really want us to have this discussion? Do I need to remind you that you work a job for losers and high school dropouts? You barely bring home $800 a month, and you have the nerve to give me crap over my salary?
I'm not giving you crap, Darren, and this isn't a competition. I'm just trying to make you see sense. We're both on low incomes, which is why we have to be careful with our spending. There's no telling how long it'd take to pay off such a mammoth debt, even if we combine both our salaries.
Wait a sec, really?
Wow, so you went into debt without even considering the implications.
Kara, won't you please help me? Help me get through this somehow. We can overcome anything when we work together, baby.
Don't try and sweet talk me. I bet you only did this because you thought I'd be there to bail you out.
There's nothing wrong with relying on your wife in times of need, especially when you're so much older and wiser than me.
There's relying on others, and then there's over-relying. You obviously don't know the difference. Sure, so I'm older than you. So what? You want me to change your diapers while I clean up the rest of your mess? Time to grow up, Darren.
Calm down, baby. I know that if you put your mind to it, you can get me out of this debt. You'll have it paid off before you know it if you really try. Do you believe in yourself? 'Cause I believe in you, babe. I believe in you a lot. I'm really sorry about the debt. Sure, it was wrong of me not to tell you, but we are where we are, and we can only do our best given the circumstances.
Are you really sorry?
Yep, like super duper sorry. Tell you what, I'll even get on my knees when I get home to prove it. After that, how about I cook you up some sorry supper? Will you believe me then? I swear on yours and mine, and the lives of everyone I hold dear, I'll never go into debt again.
You're right. We are where we are, and no amount of complaining is going to change that. All we can do is work towards paying it off. Okay, I'll help you. But mark my words, this is the only time I forgive you. I'll put it down to a lapse in judgment on your part, and we'll say no more of it. Do not make me regret this. I almost feel like I'm being too soft on you. But I promise you, there will be no second chances.
Thank you so much, Kara. You're the best wife on the planet. I'll do my best to help with the repayments too.
There's no doubt about it. $30,000 is going to take us a long time. I'll have to work a lot of extra hours to cover this.
Huh? You can increase your working hours at will?
There are always extra shifts available. I'll just pick them up during my free time.
Wait, does that mean no days off? You're nuts!
What choice do I have? Anyway, you didn't think I'll be the only one making sacrifices. I want to see you working just as hard as I am to pay this off.
Yeah, of course I will. I'm more desperate than anyone to see the back of it. I'm so grateful for this, Kara. Thanks a bunch.
I won't just work my days off. I'll do overtime on the morning and nights of the days I already work too. I get double time for early mornings and nights, so it makes sense to cram in as many extra shifts as possible. Don't be surprised when the standard of the housework goes down, though. I can't be in 2 places at once.
Housework? Say no more. I've got it covered.
Great, I'm counting on you. We'll get this debt paid off within 3 years at the latest, no matter what.
You think it's doable?
It won't be easy, but we have to try. If we don't keep up this decent pace with the repayments, the interest will get out of hand and we'll barely make any progress. The earlier we get paid off, the better, even if it means going through some hard times.
You think really logically for a woman, babe. I can't tell you how reassuring it is to hear you say all this.
Wait, what? For a woman? Ugh, whatever. The goal is to get every last cent paid off within 3 years. Obviously, this means we can't afford to waste any money on luxuries. For the next 3 years, it's nothing but the bare essentials. You got that?
Luxuries? How exactly are we defining luxuries here?
Beer and drinking parties are forbidden for a start. You need to stop going to the casino on your days off, too.
Seriously?
Obviously. Do I need to remind you that this is your debt, Darren? How about you start taking some responsibility for it?
Fine.
It's almost midnight. Do you plan on coming home soon?
I'm about to leave, babe.
Leave where? Where even are you at this time of night?
I just went for a drink with some of the boys from the office.
What? Why? Didn't I tell you drinking parties are forbidden? Why are you the only one who gets to cut loose? You think I don't want to go out to see my friends too?
Sheesh, babe, take a chill pill. I only had a couple of beers. Can't we pretend it didn't happen just this once? Todd from accounting is about to get married. It's his stag party tonight. Me and the boys got together to celebrate for him. What kind of party, pal, would it be if I didn't show to my buddy's stag party? I'd never hear the end of it at work if I didn't show up.
Good grief. I suppose it can't be helped if your friend's getting married, but Jesus, Darren, would it really hurt you so much to tell me before you did these things? I feel like there's no communication in this relationship. It feels like being betrayed every time. If you have a good reason to be out drinking, then tell me beforehand. I get it. Sometimes these things are unavoidable. It's the radio silence that hurts me.
Jeez, babe, give me a break, would you? I'm sorry, okay?
Did you pay on the credit card? I'm gonna have to make sure we have enough to cover it in the withdrawal account next month if you did.
Yeah, I got everything on the card. I've been buying everyone's drinks all night, so don't be surprised if it's more than just a couple beers worth.
Excuse me?
Think about it. How can I let my work buddies pay for their own drinks at a time like this?
Sure, maybe I understand if you splashed out in the groom with it being his big day and all, but why in God's name would you pay for everybody?
Most of the guys who came out tonight are a lot younger than me. How the heck was I supposed to let them buy their own drinks? I have a reputation to protect, babe.
You've got to be kidding me. How much did it come to?
I'm not sure. Maybe 300?
Oh my God, what are you doing?
I said I'm sorry. I swear I didn't expect it to come to that much. The place does an all-you-can-drink offer. I should have just gone with that.
Sorry doesn't even begin to cover it. What the hell am I sacrificing my sleep schedule and free time to work like a dog for if you're going out, getting wasted, and blowing your money like it grows on trees?
You're right, babe. I'm sorry. There's no excuse for what I did. It won't happen again. I promise.
You say that, but you did the exact same thing last month.
I did?
Yes, you did. You went out with your work buddies last month and spent almost $150. The month before that, you bought a $200 jacket. You said you help out with the housework, but you never lift a finger.
Clothes are necessary expenses.
A $200 jacket is a necessary expense now, is it? Buy something cheap or secondhand for crying out loud. I've thought this for a while now, but I'm the only one making any efforts to save money whatsoever. You're literally not contributing at all. Why am I allowing myself to get wrapped up in this crap? Not only do you not show an ounce of gratitude, but you're actively working against me. This is your debt that I'm sacrificing my health to pay off here. Or did you forget that minor detail?
Of course I didn't forget that, babe. Don't you think you're being unfair here? I'm helping to save money in my own way. But I feel like I'll lose my mind if I don't splash out and blow off some steam every now and then.
The splashing out ends here, and that's final. You can carry on splashing out when we get the whole thing paid off and don't have the threat of exorbitant interest payments looming over us 24/7. In 2 more years, we can forget all about it.
2 years? Jesus, that's a long time.
If you won't cooperate, I'll stop helping you. I mean it. Is that what you want? Believe me, Darren, I'm not screwing around here. I'm ready to quit my second job. Just give me a reason and I'll do it in a heartbeat.
Chill out, point taken. I'll be more careful from now on. But seriously, would you get off my case? This just stresses me out and makes me want to drink more. Wait a sec. Did you start the menopause? Is that it? Your eggs are drying up on you, aren't they, babe?
Do not screw me around, you jerk. What the hell has gotten into you?
Chillax, you hothead. No need to take me seriously. I was just kidding. Why you gotta be so grumpy all the time?
Darren, we finally finished paying off your debt today.
Really? That was way faster than I expected. Didn't you say it'd take like 3 years?
We got it all paid off 6 months ahead of schedule. I don't think I ever worked as hard as during these past 2.5 years.
No kidding. We worked like our lives depended on it.
We? You wasted money on necessary crap more than a few times. Whatever. It's all water on the bridge now. All that matters is that we did it. We should just be grateful it's over now and we can move on.
You're right.
On the subject of moving on, there was something I wanted to talk to you about. I thought it might be nice if we went on a vacation together, somewhere nice to celebrate. It's been so long. I feel like I forgot what relaxing even feels like.
That's a coincidence. There was something I want to talk to you about too.
Oh yeah? Go on, you go first.
I want a divorce.
What? Divorce?
Yep, a divorce. A breakup, a judicial separation, a parting of the ways, a severance of relations. Get it yet?
I know what divorce means, Darren, but why? Why would you spring this on me all of a sudden? Are you really doing this now? You finally just finished paying off your debts.
You're a little dense, huh? I'm doing this precisely because we finished paying off my debts, dummy. You served your purpose. It's time for you to disappear from my life now.
Why would you?
You still don't get it, do you? The only reason I kept you around was to pay off my debts. Outside of my personal ATM, what redeeming qualities do you have? You nag, you whine, you complain, you restrict my freedom. You're like my mom, except 10 times worse. I can't wait to see the back of you.
Is this a joke?
Now I can finally be with my true love, the apple of my eye. Me and you are gonna get a divorce, and I'm gonna remarry her. My darling angel, my sugar dumpling.
What are you talking about? You mean you found someone else? Are you being serious right now?
Yep. She's a whole generation younger than you. Not only that, but she's a damn sight prettier, and has a body so hot you could cook dinner on it. I hate to tell you this, Kara, but your best years are behind you. She's been nagging me to leave my old hag of a wife for ages now, actually. It's not like I don't understand, but to tell you the truth, it was starting to bug me.
Old hag?
It's time to face reality. You're almost 40. That would be bad enough, but the fact that you constantly nag at me makes you completely irredeemable. My patience with you has reached its limit a long time ago.
I wouldn't have to nag you if you had your shit together, Darren. You're a grown man, but you act like a teenager. You think I enjoy being on your case all the time? It makes me feel like crap, Darren. I hate the stress of it all.
There you go with your freaking preaching again. You just don't know when to stop. How can I look at you as my wife when you act like my mom? You literally couldn't be any more unattractive if you tried. Is it any wonder I haven't been near you in years? Sorry, but I'm not into grandmas.
You said you were into older women before we got married. Why are you springing this on me now?
Sure, I liked a sensible, mature older woman back when I was my young self. But I'm no spring chicken anymore. And seeing your wrinkled face just reminds me of my own mortality. Yep, I need a younger model. And when it comes to women, the younger the better.
All women get old eventually.
Sure, but you hardly make any money either. Not only is my new girl younger and hotter than you, but she also brings home $1,500 a month. You're a broke old woman, and I am so done with you.
Do not screw me around, Darren. Do you have any idea how hard I worked to pay off your debt these last 2.5 years? I was so food and sleep deprived through constantly working like a dog, and there were times when I even vomited blood and hallucinated. All while you were cheating on me with some younger woman?
Yeah, I get it. You're such a super amazing hard worker, and I should bow before you for everything you've done for me. Quit bragging about what a victim you are.
Wow. You know, there was a time when I felt sorry for you because I thought you were just a good guy who'd fallen on hard times. But I couldn't have been more wrong. You're a vile, despicable piece of trash, and I wish we never met. I'm actually grateful you want a divorce. The sooner you're out of my life, the better.
I take it that means you'll sign the papers then? Don't go changing your mind later on.
Of course I'll sign them. Where are they? I'm ready to sign them now, right this instant. Hurry up and bring me them.
How are we gonna split our assets? Not that we have any money left.
I only want my personal belongings. You can have the apartment plus all the furniture and electronics. It's rented anyway. Thank God we don't have a house sale on our hands.
Thanks, babe. You're a star. This means I don't have to mess around looking for a new place and can move my new girl in straight away. Okay, great. Hurry up and get the hell out. Make sure you throw out any unwanted crap before you go. I don't need to be dealing with your stuff.
I don't need you to tell me that.
Fantastic. End of discussion then. Oh, you said that there was something you wanted to talk about earlier. I take it you changed your mind? Divorce is a way of shifting priorities like that.
I have nothing more to say to you. I'm about to go file the divorce papers. Are you absolutely sure this is what you want?
Obviously. I don't need a broke old hag like you in my life. Hurry up and hand them. Go, go, go.
Got it. All right, I'm going.
Woohoo! I'm finally gonna be free as a bird. Get your things together and get out of this house pronto. If you don't hurry up, I'll throw all your stuff out on the street and embarrass you in front of the neighbors.
Divorce papers filed. That felt great. Thanks. I'll be out of your hair before you know it.
Huh? Why do you seem so happy? Where did this come from?
I mean, thanks for divorcing me. If we stayed together, you might have ended up getting your grubby hands on the money I worked so hard to save. To think you even did everything for me. You told me about the affair. You even handled the divorce on your end. I couldn't have been more relieved when I found out.
You barely make enough money to cover our food bill. The fact that you think you're going to be able to cope without me blows my mind. You're not my problem now, though. Disappear from my life and never come back.
You didn't give me a chance to tell you, but I got a new job, and I'm set to get a huge pay rise. I'll be on $4,000 a month starting next week.
What? $4,000 a month?
That's fine, though. I can tell how happy you are with your new girlfriend. What does she make? $1,500 a month? I'm pleased for you. I hope you both live happily ever after.
No way am I buying this crap. You're just trying to make me feel bad about divorcing you. I bet you pulled that number out of your ass. There's no way a broke loser who barely makes minimum wage is suddenly gonna land a new job with quadruple the salary. The world just doesn't work like that.
All those extra shifts I put in these last 2.5 years finally paid off. It was never my intention, but I'm paying off your debts. I accidentally became an expert at literally every job there is to do at this company. My efforts were noticed, and well, here we are. My new position includes tons of extra benefits. Plus, I get to go away on business at least once every month. All travel and accommodation covered on company dime, of course. It just so happens I experienced a meeting of fate on my first trip last week.
A meeting of fate?
I had the opportunity to meet one of the top executives at our biggest client company while away on business in New York. I was initially only supposed to be there to observe and get to grips with the whole process. But there were a bunch of problems due to incompetence on the part of our representative. I had no choice but to step in. The executive I mentioned was apparently so impressed by my performance that he put in a word with our CEO and headhunted me.
You can stop fantasizing now. This is ridiculous. As if a top exec at a major company would pay any attention to someone like you.
I don't care whether you believe me, but it's a fact that my salary and quality of life are both about to skyrocket. I'm leaving my company and starting my job at the new one in New York in March.
New York?
Yep, the HQ is in a little place called Wall Street. You might have heard of it? Oh yeah, I forgot. You always dreamed about living in New York, right? What a shame. It wouldn't make any sense for you to come with me since we're getting a divorce and all.
Nuh-uh. I ain't jealous, not one bit. What difference does it make to me whether an old hag like you goes to New York? Your good years as a woman are behind you. You're only as useful as corporate livestock now.
New York isn't only for young people, you know. I can still sample its fruits, even at the ripe old age of 38. Not that it has anything to do with you. Enjoy life with your new prepubescent girlfriend in the middle of nowhere.
Do not make fun of me, hag.
Hag? You're hilarious. You have this weird habit of totally forgetting how old you are when you insult me for my age. You're free to talk crap all you like, but be careful that boomerang doesn't swing right back around and hit you in the face, Grandpa. You think some broke loser with gray hairs in his beard who works a low-income job, whose only talent is getting into debt, would choose his words a little more carefully?
You shut your goddamn mouth!
Aw, what's wrong, sweetie? Don't you have a proper comeback? Your impotent anger only betrays your lack of vocabulary. I'm ashamed I even devoted myself to such a pea-brain moron.
Why didn't you tell me you got a new job?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because you demanded a divorce before I got the chance to tell you?
Wait, that's what you wanted to talk to me about?
Bingo! That was close. Talk about dodging a bullet. Phew! Can you imagine if I didn't let you go first? Terrifying. Who knows what might have happened if I told you about the mammoth pay rise I was set to get. You might have changed your mind on the divorce and never told me about the affair. I might have ended up taking you to New York with me. Can you imagine if all those poor folks living up there had to tolerate your vile presence in their lovely city? You did tell me to throw away any unwanted crap before I left. It's time for you to go in the trash where you belong.
Ah, you bitch!
Idiot. You made fun of me for being a moron all this time, but it looks like you were the real moron all along.
Wait a sec! You would have never gotten headhunted by the Wall Street bigwig if not for my debt. I deserve a cut of your salary.
Wow, just when I think you reach peak moron. Do you seriously think you're getting a cent of my money? By the way, I already had my belongings sent off with the delivery company, so feel free to invite your child bride over any time.
Wait, Kara, please. Surely you still have feelings for me.
Would you mind not saying things that make me want to vomit when I don't have a bucket ready? You literally could not be more wrong.
I bet you're just mad with me because I cheated on you. Feelings of the kind we had for each other don't just disappear overnight. Listen, babe, here's what I'm willing to do. How about I break things off with my girlfriend and we just forget about the whole divorce thing?
I'm done with you. So actually, I think you two should stay together. In fact, I think you should get married. Let's face it, she must be a piece of trash if she's the type of girl to bed a married man. Which makes you and her a match made in heaven. She might be rotten to the core, but at least she's young. That's all that matters in a woman, right, babe? Have a nice life. Darren married his lover as soon as our divorce went through. I was astonished to find out that within a year of moving in together, they were in over $50,000 of debt and had mean-looking guys in leather jackets showing up on their doorstep every day. This time, he's set to lose everything because there's no one around to bail him out. Naturally, my ex-husband sent a desperate SOS my way, and any guesses what it said? Yep, money please. Obviously, I did what any reasonable person would do in my position and blocked him immediately. I'm guessing she was unable to cope with the stress of being trapped in debt hell with a man with just a few brain cells as herself, because Darren's new wife pulled a vanishing act in the middle of the night, and he never heard from her again. I know Darren can be hard to be with, but imagine ditching him in the middle of the night. Looks like my hunch was right. What an unwholesome individual. As for me, I feel like a different person after starting my new life in New York. I went on a diet, started doing my makeup differently, got a new haircut, and bought a whole new wardrobe. Being mature doesn't mean you can't enjoy life. There are tons of beautiful women approaching 40. Among them are girls with great fashion senses, girls who dedicate themselves to their jobs, and girls who enjoy romance to the max. Me? I'm greedy, so I want to be the kind of girl who does all three. My life begins now.
Hey Theo, how are you feeling? Are you hungover?
I'm not as nauseous as I was this morning, but I still have a massive headache. I really want to go home. I need your chicken soup to feel better.
You should have taken it easy last night. Do you even remember what time you came home? It was past 2 a.m. Did you forget you had work the next day? You're not that young anymore, you know?
I know. I wasn't supposed to be that late, but we had such a good time at the corporate party. A bunch of us, including my boss, wanted to go for more drinks afterwards. And after that, I guess we all got wasted. So you see, it was half work and half fun.
That doesn't mean you need to stay out until 2 a.m. Theo, you promised me when Evelyn was born that you were going to cut down on drinks so you can spend more time with us instead. You said you wanted to watch your daughter grow, but nothing's changed for the past 3 years. You still go out 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I used to go out more, like nearly every day. Wouldn't you agree that it's gotten better?
Of course you go out less. It's because I tell you not to every time. It's really tiring for me too. How I have to tell you to stop drinking all the time. You should understand that you're wasting my energy as well.
I always tell myself that I'll only have 1 drink, but then I'm drinking my second and thirds before I even know it. I know it sounds like I have a drinking problem, but it's not that. I simply enjoy getting drinks with my friends. It's so much fun that I don't want to stop. Because if I did, I feel like I'll miss out.
If you can analyze yourself that well, I'm sure you can also control your habits. You need to begin going out less.
You're right. I'm sorry, Maria. You know I am, right? I will strive to be a better dad. I will stop going out so often so I can spend more time with you and Evelyn.
I want you to mean it, Theo. Because I've heard and read similar lines a million times. If you're not going to keep your word, you might as well not say it at all.
You two are the most important people in my life. Nothing matters to me more. I know I've let you down, but please, you have to believe me.
See, you're doing it again. You apologize and manipulate me with nice, sweet words when you're not drunk. It's such a shame because you would be a great dad if you didn't drink so much. Your daughter would love you so much more.
I was hoping both of you would love regardless of my drinking. Come on, Maria. I have a lot of stress at work. A few drinks makes me happy. Let your man release his stress over a good time sometimes.
I'm having issues with your drinking because it's not sometimes. Plus, you feel happy, but you don't seem happy at all when you get drunk. It's like you turn into a different person. You become rough and mean, and extremely stubborn. No matter what I say, you refuse to come home until you become totally wasted. You become someone else, Theo. I know I'm not the only one who has told you this.
But I've never raised a finger to you or Evelyn.
Of course not. What, do you want a sticker for not hitting your wife or daughter? As a no, if you ever do anything to me or Evelyn, that would be the end of our marriage. I will not tolerate any violence from you. Anyway, you can't go out for drinks for the rest of the month. I mean it.
But Maria, there's still 10 days left of this month.
Only 10 days, Theo. You have been out way too much this month. Do you know how much you've spent? Your entire pay is going to disappear on beers and cocktails.
Come on, honey, just once then.
No. I work from home while taking care of our daughter and keeping the house. You need to take on some of the tasks too. And you also need to save money on better things, like Evelyn's education. By the way, going out less would also minimize the risk of you losing your wallet again. Remember last year when you were too drunk to even realize you had lost $500 along with the leather wallet I gave you on your birthday? Theo, if you need to get help, you should get it soon. I know you think you don't have a drinking problem, but I'm pretty sure you do. If you can't face your issues now, you're going to have to face more problems in the future. And I am praying that does not include Evelyn and I leaving you.
What? No, you can't leave me. Please, I can't live without you two.
Well, then you need to get yourself together and do something about your drinking habits. I'm serious. I am sick of having to take care of a mean and drunk husband. It's draining after having a long day of work and chores and caring for Evelyn. You may not be violent, but it's a very serious problem for me. Serious enough that I sometimes wonder if it's worth saving our marriage.
Okay, I get it. You're right. I'm so sorry. I will do better. And for starters, I won't go out for the rest of the month. I promise.
You better keep it, Theo. I am warning you. If you break your promise, I might actually take actions this time. Mark my words. Think about how you want to live the rest of your life and with who, okay? I'll let you get back to work now.
I understand. I will come straight home after work tonight. Will you make me some of your chicken soup? And something that's not too heavy for my alcohol-beaten digestive system, please.
Alright. I will cook you my hungover special. Good luck with work, and try to take it easy today. Theo, seriously? Are you out drinking? Where the hell are you? Pick up your damn phone.
What do you want, woman? I'm having a good time at the bar. You already know I'm out. Stop, just give up and let me be.
Have you not listened to the message I left you today? Or do you just care more about your drinks than your daughter?
What are you talking about? I'm out with people from work. My smartphone was in my bag, so I haven't heard any messages. What is it? I'm kind of busy.
I see. Guess where I am right now.
Huh? Oh, how would I know? At home? Oh, did you say you were visiting your parents today? Or did my drunk mind just make that up?
Your daughter is at the hospital, you idiot. We got into an accident. We went out shopping with my mom and this nuthead hit our car at the parking lot. He was so busy talking on his goddamn phone, he wasn't looking where he was going.
Oh, I see. Oh, good thing you took her to the hospital then.
What?
She's alright now, right? Tell her to fasten her seatbelt at all times. Yeah, it'd be great if 3-year-olds understood everything they're told, wouldn't it?
Very funny, Theo. Very funny. So, you're not coming to see her?
I'm pretty drunk right now, in case you couldn't tell. If I go now, I think I'll get hit by a car too. You don't need me anyway. Evelyn has her mommy. I'll be useless. Besides, I'm having a blast right now. There's no way I'm missing out on what's about to go down.
Wow, what a father. You choose to have a blast while your daughter gets treated in the hospital. I thought you said nothing matters more than us. But I guess drinking is the winner of your priorities.
Oh, come on, Maria. Don't compare yourself to alcohol. You're being so dramatic.
Well, I can't really help but be dramatic in an emergency situation. Especially when my husband is not concerned for his daughter, on top of breaking his promise not to go out for just 10 days. I see how it is. You don't care about me or your daughter.
I have my reasons. One of my clients here right now. I made her build a good relationship with him, you know? So it's just work. You don't have to worry about money every day because I work my ass off. Even after my usual work hours, like today. You should be thankful that your husband is a hard worker. And let me guess, Evelyn is asleep right now, isn't she? That's why you're messaging me, so there's no point in me going to the hospital.
Your daughter has been in an accident.
We all encounter accidents at some point in life. She just happened to get into one at an early stage. Anyway, she should be glad she's okay.
Okay. You haven't even asked about her condition. Are you not interested in how hurt your daughter is?
If she was in serious condition, you wouldn't be messaging me this much. So she must be fine. I am good at measuring the situation to your anger level.
Do you want to know what she's being treated for? Or which hospital she's at? Anything? How can you be so heartless?
If there's something you want me to know, then just say it! Don't ask, guess where I am? So go on, tell me. What am I supposed to know even right now, aside from the fact that she was in an accident?
Evelyn has a broken leg. She landed badly when she was thrown onto the backseat floor.
Oh, a broken leg, huh? Too bad she won't be able to walk for a while then.
What? That's it? She's 3.
Not that big of a deal. In fact, it's good that she only got a broken leg from being in a car accident.
Alright, enough. I am so done with you. I was an idiot for thinking you'd drop everything to come see your daughter. I can't believe how naive I was.
Me neither! It's probably fair for the both of us you didn't let me know at all. Anyway, I have to go. We're doing more shots now. Woohoo! Tell Evelyn I said hi. I'll visit the hospital tomorrow if I'm not too hungover to drive.
It's past lunchtime. What the hell are you doing? Are you still sleeping?
Jesus, will you stop calling me? My phone beeps the second I fall asleep. I'm trying to get some rest here. Why don't you get that I can't answer the phone? Stop bombarding me with calls and messages, man.
How can you sleep? I thought you were coming to see your daughter. Are you too hungover to drive? Is that what it is?
It's my day off today. Let me catch up on my sleep, okay? I'm so tired. I came home at like 8 a.m.
8 a.m.? That was a few hours ago. So you're not hungover, but rather drunk still, huh?
Yeah, sounds about right. So I've been wanting to get some sleep, but you keep distracting me.
Do you remember what I told you about Evelyn? Are you not worried about her?
You're overreacting, Maria. She broke her leg, right? I broke her leg before too. It was nothing, and I walk fine now. I will visit her at the hospital tomorrow, okay? Happy?
Tomorrow? You think it's nothing? How dare you, Theo? You remember what's going on and still won't rush to see her?
Ugh, it's a whining woman. I can almost hear you through the screen. Give me a break. I have a bad headache, okay? I can't drive myself to the hospital. In fact, I can barely look at my screen right now. Just let me rest, please.
So be it then. It's too bad you will never see your daughter again.
What? What do you mean I won't see her again? She has a broken leg. It's not like she's dying. Why would you threaten me like that? That's pretty low of you.
You'll be wishing it was just a threat in no time. Anyway, I've really had enough. You have made your priorities clear with me. If you're going to be that way, it's your loss. I will proceed as I see fit.
Go do whatever you want to do. I don't care as long as you leave me alone. I need to get some sleep now. You're too naive to do anything anyway. He'll come around and ask to take you back, I know it. Hey Maria, it's been a week since you left. When are you coming back? When are you gonna forgive me? You know how sorry I am, don't you? I miss you guys. Please come back.
I don't know how many times I need to tell you. I am not returning.
I'm so sorry about what happened. It was horrible of me to keep drinking when Evelyn was hurt. You know, it was the alcohol speaking, not me. I've begged for your forgiveness from the moment I realized what I've done. Will you at least tell me which hospital she is at? I really want to see her. How can I make it up? I know what to do because you keep ignoring me. I even visited her parents, but they won't even listen to my apology. Please, tell me what I need to do.
You will sign the divorce papers once ready. That's the only thing I want from you.
Huh? Divorce? Divorce? Why?
Why? I don't get why you're acting surprised. You think this is all a joke, don't you? Your daughter was injured in a car accident, but you refused to visit her right away because you were too busy drinking. Tell me, which part of that is not enough reason for divorce? I could understand if you were on a business trip or something, but no, you were in town, drinking. Neither I or Evelyn need a father who prioritizes drinking over his daughter.
I told you, Maria, I was just drunk. I didn't understand the situation at all.
It doesn't matter, Theo. I was a fool for trusting you all along. I shouldn't have given you a chance, ever.
I will quit drinking, I swear.
You swore you'd quit when Evelyn was born. Look where we are 3 years later. You swear, you break, and repeat. You have betrayed us over and over again. I will not make the same mistake anymore.
I mean it, Maria. I'll admit myself in rehab and I'll get help. I'm not going to drink a drop of alcohol for the rest of my life. So please, forgive me. I'm on my knees. I miss you and Evelyn. I haven't seen either of you in a week. I'm so lonely without you two.
There is no need for us to see you. Frankly, I'm sure you don't need to either. We're worth less than your alcohol for you anyways. Why don't you go out and have a blast again? This time, you don't have to worry about me getting mad at you.
No, Maria, you're wrong. You two are everything to me.
It may be true that you used to drink more before Evelyn was born, but you haven't changed the way you drink at all. You don't know your limits. You get completely wasted every single time. Do you remember when you had to cancel our plans to go to the amusement park because you were too hungover the next day? What about the time you went out, forgetting that I had asked you to watch Evelyn so that I could go to my high school reunion? You broke so many promises so many times. I am so mad at myself for letting you treat us like crap.
I won't break any more promises, I swear. You have to believe me.
So that we can repeat this conversation again in 2 days? Not a chance. I will not believe a word you say.
Maria, please.
Give me a reason why you deserve another chance. What good will it do us to trust a drunk like you? Have you even read your own messages to me when I told you Evelyn got into an accident? You said, "Oh, I see." You also said I was overreacting and that Evelyn's broken leg was nothing. Can you imagine how I felt? I was so upset I couldn't breathe. I regretted messaging you, although I knew you went out drinking when you didn't pick up my call. I should have stopped there. Because at that point, you had already broken the promise that you wouldn't go out drinking for the rest of the month.
I know I lose control when I have a drink. I lose rationality very quickly. You know this too, right? I love drinking, but I'm such a lightweight. I don't know why I get so drunk easily.
It's so pathetic how you still don't know your limits. Because a decent person knows and enjoys drinks responsibly. See, you might not know this, but that's what all adults do. I tried to tell you many, many times, but you did not listen to me. I have been very busy myself, balancing my career and my private life. So I admit trying not to face your drinking problems. I tried to tell myself that it's easier if I just take it all, that you were just stressed. But not anymore. I finally understand now. Alcohol or stress is not to blame. It's you, Theo. I have zero expectations for you now. I give up. We're done.
Maria, I'm so sorry. I want to make this up to you. Please, tell me how you forgive me. I will do anything. I will obey anything that you say.
I already told you. There is only one thing I ask of you, and that is to divorce me. Nothing else.
No, I don't want to get a divorce.
I warned you, didn't I? Not just once, but many times. But you underestimated me and didn't take me seriously. You thought I would let you get away with it again. Well, not this time. You were toxic to us, both as father and as a husband.
You can't divorce me over the drunk version. That is not the real me. Please, Maria, I miss Evelyn so much. I want to see her right now. I can't believe I said the things I said when I was drunk. You're right, I am so pathetic, letting alcohol control me like that. I will change, I swear. I'm not going to drink ever again. Please believe me. Believe the words of the sober version of me.
That's what I've been doing the last few years. But think about it, Theo. You know you turn into a different person when you're drunk, but you let yourself go to bars. At that moment, you are still sober. Then you let yourself have a drink. At that moment, you're still sober. See? You become drunk because the sober version of you allows it. So no, I can't believe anything you say. In any version.
You're right, I have been too easy on myself. I fool myself every time. I talked myself into thinking I would only have one drink, that things will be fine this time. I'm a weak person.
Yes, you are. And you really need to get help to overcome yourself. Like I said, it's not the alcohol to blame. You brought this upon yourself. You did this to your wife and your daughter.
I'm sorry, I truly am. I will apologize as many times as you want me to for the rest of our lives. I won't have one sip ever again.
Stop it. I'm tired of you telling me you won't do it again. I bet you won't even go to rehab. You'll get out the front door and end up in a bar somehow. But hey, you should be happy our marriage is over, because you don't have to worry about missing out. You can drink as long as you want to. It's what you always wanted to do, isn't it? It wasn't easy to get Theo to sign our divorce papers after that. It took months, but I also had a lot of evidence to support my case. After a while, he finally saw that he didn't have a chance to win his family back and agreed to the divorce with me, having Evelyn's sole custody. I was such a fool to believe that he was nice and hardworking enough that I would settle for him cutting down on drinks once our child was born. I should have realized much sooner that he had a serious problem and that he was not handling those problems well. Although he was never violent to me or Evelyn, he had done enough damage to us emotionally. I wish I had divorced him much sooner, but nonetheless, glad it happened before it was too late. By the way, without me around to stop him, Theo's drinking has gotten much worse than before. A mutual friend told me that he couldn't stop drinking from all the stress, that he finally fell down the stairs at a bar and ended up in the hospital. I know he was sending me messages around that time, but I haven't read any of them. I keep his contact in case I need to talk to him about Evelyn, but I will not allow him to see her until she's old enough to say she wants to spend time with him. After the divorce, my daughter and I moved closer to my parents. I continue to work from home, but I plan to look for better paying jobs in the near future to support my daughter. I was worried how the divorce would impact her, but she doesn't seem to mind, now that she gets to spend so much time with her grandparents, who are at our house nearly every day. To think of it, her father was always too hungover to play with her, even on the weekends. So she seems to be enjoying playing with adults other than myself. She didn't choose to be separated from her father, but she will not be lonely. Because she will always have a loving mom and grandparents who will put her above anything.
Tony, what time are you going to come back? It's already close to lunchtime.
Sorry about that. I'll be back in about an hour or so.
You're not driving right now, are you?
No, of course not. I just stopped at a gas station for a short break. I started to get a little sleepy.
Yeah, you did leave at midnight. Did you manage to catch anything today?
Just a little, but not as much as some days.
Okay, that's good though. It would be nice if you could be the one to descale and gut the fish though.
No way, I just catch it and eat it. But it does save us on grocery shopping.
I'm not sure you really save us that much. If anything, it could be more expensive for you to buy all of the bait and spend time doing it so often. Actually, I was thinking, but haven't you been going fishing a little too much recently? You go pretty much every single Saturday and Sunday.
Really? I don't think I go night fishing all that much.
But you're almost never at home anymore.
Are you gonna tell me to stop doing my favorite hobby?
That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm not asking you to never go at all, but I want you to spend more time with Sam. Do you even remember the last time you spent some time with him?
I don't remember the exact time and date, but I spend time with him here and there.
Well, yeah, but all you ever do is play video games with him sometimes. And even then, it's only one round each time you do.
I have work on the weekdays, you know. I get tired too. Can't just sit there playing games with him all night.
That's why I'm asking you to free up either Saturday or Sunday to play with him. It doesn't have to be both, but at least one of them each week. He's still only 8 years old.
Not only, he's already 8 years old. At this point, I'm sure he would prefer to play video games than to spend time with me.
But he's still playing video games too much recently as well.
Do you think that he will become stupid if he plays too many games?
I don't think that, but it's still bad for his eyes to always look at a screen, and I want him to go outside and play there more. As he gets older, he's going to be using screens and computers and phones more and more. I want him to be a little more active while he's still growing up.
What are you talking about?
Kids these days don't play outside anymore. That's exactly why I want you to play with him and help him be more active.
Then why don't you just do it? You can go outside and play catch with him or something.
Are you planning on leaving everything to me? No, that's not what I meant. Then in that case, you need to take some time away from fishing and spending more time with Sam. Make some time for him for the weekend.
Okay, I got it. I'll find some time for him.
Okay, good. He will grow up so fast, and then he will be the one who won't want to spend time with us. You have to enjoy this time while it lasts. By the way, once you come back, we need to go shopping.
Oh, do we have to? I'm really tired. But I have to clean up and put away all my fishing gear.
When you started fishing, I told you that you have to make sure you still do your part for the family. And I'm the one who always has to gut the fish, and that's the hardest job.
Fine, I got it. Let's go together then.
Great, I'll be waiting. Drive safely. Tony, this isn't what we agreed on.
Alice, why are you awake already? It's only 1 a.m.
I just had to go to the bathroom, and I wake up to see that you're gone from the bed and all of your fishing gear is gone too. What's going on? The three of us had plans to go shopping today, didn't we? Why did you just run off and go fishing on your own?
Look, sorry, but today I just really wanted to go.
It's not just today though, is it? It's always like this. It doesn't matter how many times I talk to you about it. You always put fishing first.
I can't help it. Fishing is the one thing that allows me to relax.
Why don't you also find yourself a hobby? What?
You don't really have any hobbies, do you? That's why you don't understand why I want to go fishing so badly.
Listen here, I work part-time, do all of the housework, and look after Sam pretty much on my own. Do you really think I have time to enjoy some sort of hobby? I'd like to be able to do something on the weekend, but you always leave yourself. Then I have no choice but to stay home.
You could just leave Sam at home by himself. He'll be fine. You're being too protective.
He's only 8. I can't leave him at home alone for too long.
Then we can send him to a friend's house to spend the day there.
We can't just do that all the time. It will make trouble for those parents. They also have their own plans, you know?
Then we can just buy him a phone. How about that? Then if anything happens, he can call us at any time and we can come back. He'll be fine. Remember when we were kids and how much we did on our own or just with friends? I think it's fine for him to find things out on his own a little. Plus, he's a boy, so he'll be fine.
It doesn't matter if he's a boy or a girl. Recently, there have been so many crazy stories on the news.
You're worrying too much. It's better for boys to be given a little bit of freedom.
Fine, I'll think about leaving him alone so he can have some freedom later on. We can come back to it. But right now, I'm angry at you for being selfish and leaving on your own. Don't try to change the subject.
I'm sorry about it. I won't just go off fishing like that again.
That's not the problem. I don't care that you went fishing. I care that you broke your promise and didn't join us today. Or are you going to come back before we leave today?
Well, that's gonna be a little hard, I think.
I knew this would happen. That's why I can't trust you with anything anymore.
Just let me off the hook this one time. I won't break any more promises.
Seriously, you need to cut this out. Oh, and by the way, if you don't catch anything, you don't need to buy it at the market on the way home.
What? I don't do anything like that.
I didn't mention it before, but Mary told me that she saw you at the market buying fish really early in the morning.
Wait, what?
I haven't asked you to buy fish for a few years at this point, so you must have bought it when you said you went fishing, right?
Oh, well, okay, yeah, you got me. I thought you'd tell me not to go if I can't catch anything.
It's your hobby, so I wouldn't say anything like that. That is if you make some time for your family. Night fishing is a big no. But why don't you just take Sam along with you next time? That way you can do what you want and spend time with Sam as well.
Oh, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that before? Okay, next time I'll take Sam along with me.
No night fishing, okay?
Yeah, I got it. We'll go in the morning or the afternoon. All right, it's settled. I'll take him next week. So just let me off the hook for tonight, okay?
You know what will happen if you break your promise this time, don't you?
I know, don't worry. This time I will definitely keep my promise. Alice, what's up with all the phone calls? I got so many missed calls from you.
Why didn't you pick up? The wind here is really strong.
I thought I wouldn't be able to hear you even if I did pick up.
What are you doing right now?
I'm out fishing, of course. It's really fun being out here with Sam. It's a lot different to how it normally is being out here alone. I'll take Sam with me more from now on.
What are you talking about? Your son is in the hospital right now.
What? The hospital?
He passed out by the jetty in the extreme heat. Luckily, some passerby found him and took him to the hospital. He's dehydrated and has severe heat stroke.
What, a heat stroke?
And what were you doing while you left our son alone out there? And then you go and lie to me that the two of you are fishing together?
Oh, I got a phone call from work and just went back to the car for a second.
Yeah, well, the people who found him went to the car park screaming and looking for any family members, and no one showed up.
I just didn't hear them. What hospital is he in? I'll go there immediately.
No, you don't have to come. What? Why? Isn't it obvious? I don't want you here anymore. Even an idiot like you should be able to tell that under these circumstances.
Look, I'm sorry I left him alone, but it wasn't on purpose.
Even now you're going to keep lying to me? You forgot, didn't you, that Sam's phone was still in your car? I checked where you are using his phone's tracker.
What?
I know everything now.
Wait, Alice, I'm sorry, but there's a reason for this.
There's no good reason for this, and I don't want to hear your excuses. Goodbye. You can keep fishing by yourself for the rest of your life.
Alice, I'm so sorry. Please come back. I was wrong. I did the wrong thing.
Yeah, I know that very well. You used your son to try and hide your affair.
I'm really, really sorry.
This isn't just something you can make go away with a lame apology. It's all your fault that Sam ended up in the hospital. You knew that the temperature was really picking up, but you still left him out in the sun without even leaving him any water to drink? And what if he had fallen into the water or anything else? These things can happen even to adults, but you still left an 8-year-old by himself?
The water was very calm that day.
I told you that I don't want to hear any excuses.
Look, I already apologized, didn't I? And I showed you all of our texts and promised to never see her again. Why did you still have to walk out after all that? I really regret what I did.
And just because you regret it, you think that I have to forgive you? Those are two different things. And is there some kind of rule that says I have to forgive you just because you admitted to cheating?
No, there isn't, but...
When I heard that Sam had been taken to the hospital, I thought my heart would just stop, and then I couldn't get into the contact with you either. Then when I finally got to the hospital and listened to what Sam said, I checked his phone tracker and see your car parked outside a hotel. Do you have any idea how much you have hurt me? You don't, do you? That's why you went and started an affair with one of your co-workers in the first place.
That's not how it is. She said that things weren't going well with her fiancé, and then when I listened to her talk about it, she made a move on me.
So then none of this is your fault? Huh? Is that what you're trying to say? That's not what I'm trying to say.
But we had both been drinking, and it just kind of happened.
That's exactly the kind of person I don't want to be with anymore. And it wasn't just once, was it? You've been seeing her every time you have a day off. Then you were both laughing at me, how I was too stupid to even notice anything. I saw the texts. I feel like I'm the most pathetic person in the world right now. Even what happened to Sam. If I hadn't told you to take him fishing with you then, this wouldn't have happened.
Wait, no, it's all my fault.
I know that it is, but even so, I still blame myself for it too. I regret ever leaving him alone in your hands. I should have known better than to trust you.
Let's just talk about this one more time. Sam is still in grade school. It would be better for him if he still had both parents around.
Do you really think he needs a dad who never spends any time with him and leaves him alone to sleep with another woman? Plus, you were the one who said that he's already 8 and is growing up fast.
I know I said that, but I think he still needs to have both parents around. I promise that I will be a good parent from now on.
It's too late for that now. You can't just turn around and say that after the worst case scenario has already happened, you did something that you can never take back.
I'll make it up to Sam as well. And next time I will actually take him out fishing properly.
Sam doesn't want to go fishing anymore, he told me. You just handed him all of the gear without explaining to him what to do. And then you left him there all alone. Do you think he had a good time? All you did was leave him with bad memories.
I'm sorry, but I really didn't plan to be away from him for so long. I just met up with her because we had decided to not see each other anymore because she was about to get married.
I don't care about those details. It had nothing to do with me.
Alice, I'm sorry. Please forgive me just this one time. Just give me one more chance.
I've already given you plenty of chances, and you're the one who let me down each and every time.
But I don't want to get a divorce. I won't use my time on fishing anymore. From now on, I will do all the housework and take care of Sam by myself. But please just forget about the divorce.
Maybe it was just the affair. I wouldn't have chosen to go straight for the divorce. But you put your son in danger, and I will never forgive you for that.
Then what if Sam forgave me? Would that change things?
Even if we get a divorce, it won't change the fact that you are his father, so that's the problem.
No, but it will be much better if all of us live together. There are more things I'll be able to do for him that way.
We've been living together this whole time and you haven't done anything for him at all. If you really want to make things right for what you have done, then you can prove it with how you live from now on. Somewhere far away from us, of course. I told you before, but I don't trust you at all.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me, Alice. I can't live without the two of you.
What are you saying? You're fine without us, aren't you? That's why you always left us at home and went out to meet another woman.
That's not why. I really realize this time around, you and Sam are my reason for being alive.
If that goes away, then why just not find a new hobby for yourself? Plus, no one will say anything now, no matter how many women you sleep with. You also don't have to bother yourself with raising a child. Good for you that your free time will increase. Isn't that what you wanted after this whole time? After that, we had to talk a few more times, but finally went through with the divorce. Both my parents and his supported my decision and thought that I did the right thing. Thanks to that, they were able to speak some sense into him and convince him to go through with the divorce without trying to fight it. Of course, I also exposed his affair to the fiancé of the woman he was cheating on me with. Unbelievably enough, he also worked at the same company as the two of them, and the rumors spread incredibly quickly. Because of the rumors, she quit voluntarily to find a new job instead. Tony had to pay for child support for Sam, so he couldn't quit, but I heard that he will be demoted soon enough. Even now, he texts me about how much he regrets his actions, but I haven't replied to one of those messages even once. The only time I ever texted him is about the child support, or to arrange meeting times for him and Sam. I don't trust anything that Tony says, so I don't know what will happen from now on. But if he really does regret his actions and has learned his lesson, then I hope that he never does anything to put Sam in a bad spot like that ever again. I moved out of the house with Sam. And we were about to begin our new life with just the two of us. I also got a new job and I'm planning to starting to work there from the next month. Even after the divorce, my parents and Tony's parents come by sometimes to spend time with their grandson, and they all seem to have a lot of fun together. I don't think that Sam will forget how his father made him feel that day, leaving him alone on the beach. But I will make sure to never let him feel like that again. And as his mother, I will make sure that he always feels loved and cared for by me.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Eliana, it's getting close to the end of the summer, but I wanted to see what your plans were for seeing everyone. You're still planning to come back home, right? It's been so long, and everyone here wants to make sure we can at least have all the family together for a weekend. And to make sure we have a really good time, we can even take everyone out to that really fancy Italian restaurant you like.
It is getting close to the end of summer, isn't it? Seems that my husband's folks are also getting together soon and want to do a barbecue or something while all the cousins and such come over. I still have no idea what days they're planning on holding the barbecue and such, so could you hold on for a bit?
I see. Well, if you decide that you'll have time to come back to our place, just let me know. We like to be able to get you and your husband's room all cleaned up so you can stay here and not have to find a hotel.
Thank you, Leah. That means a lot.
I've noticed that ever since you married, you haven't been home to Mom and Dad's place. They are getting pretty lonely without you, you know? And I feel that same way. I haven't seen you at all since your wedding. I mean, we can see that you haven't even been posting as much anymore on your social media, which you used to always keep up on.
I'm sorry, Leah. Before I knew it, it seemed that my husband's family became the priority for me. And we had all sorts of things that kept us busy right after we got married, so I never had time to be on my phone like I used to.
But what about your guys' honeymoon? I would have thought you post something from that trip you guys took, yet there was nothing.
Well, we just got carried away with his mom and dad, so we never actually went on our honeymoon after the wedding. His family just means a lot to me, so I have to be around them a lot. But don't worry, deep down, I've still been thinking about and wanting to see you all.
Well, that's good to hear, I guess. And I hope you start finding time again to have your own time soon.
Are you all doing okay?
We sure are. Dad's been thinking about retiring next year, and so we've been helping him work all of that out. And Mom is getting ready to go on a trip with some of her friends and her sister to the Grand Canyon since none of them have seen it before. Of course, they're also planning to go to Las Vegas for a night or two to gamble some more. Anyway, how about you? Are you getting used to living with your husband and his family?
I'm starting to get used to it, but I feel like I've messed up. Having to live with his parents is getting pretty tough for me at times, since I haven't actually known them that long. That's why I've been so busy with them here. I also feel a little jealous knowing that you get to stay with Mom and Dad.
That does seem pretty tough, living with parents that aren't really your own. Of course, I'm sure living here with Mom and Dad is working my husband pretty hard as well.
Is David getting pretty close with Mom and Dad now?
Well, I like to think so. They're always cracking jokes with one another, and even when I'm not around, they go out and have some fun. I sort of get the feeling Mom and Dad care more about him than their own daughter at times.
Is that so?
In our case, we have been married now for almost 4 years, so that's probably why he's gotten so used to Mom and Dad now. I'm sure things were as tough as they are for you now back when we first moved in with them.
Well, my husband and his family are all really nice people as well, so I don't feel like they have anything against me at the moment. At least there are no problems that we've been having to deal with between each other.
That's good to hear. Recently, I've really gotten the feeling that David is the real son of Mom and Dad here, and that I'm more like the wife that he's brought into the family.
Well, that's great. Must be nice being so close to one another there.
What's wrong? You're acting like things aren't actually going that well there.
No, that's not what I meant. They're treating me very well, and every day is just as fun as the last.
Really? I hope that's the case, because it seemed like you don't actually think that living there with them.
Things weren't going that well here, I'd be back home with you, all right?
I suppose that's true, and you haven't even come home once yet. But that better mean that things really are going well there, and that you're just not trying to bear with it. Before I forget, I sent you a package a little while back filled with foods, but mainly are blueberries. Have you gotten it yet?
Yes, I did. Thank you for another care package this year. But this year you seem to have put in even more things than last year. Like, there are at least 6 gallon bags full of blueberries in here, where last year you only sent 2.
We were able to harvest a lot of berries this year from all the bushes. So much that I had to give some to the neighbors as well. Must be because of the amount of rain we got earlier in the summer followed by all that sunshine.
Oh, that's probably why there's so much.
Yeah, with that amount of blueberries in there, you should be able to make a large amount of your blueberry wine this year, right? Everyone will love it. I'm hoping you can make enough to last until next Easter.
I've always loved making that wine with the delicious blueberries in Mom and Dad's yards, so I'm really looking forward to this. And I'm thinking this amount will at least get us 6 or 7 bottles worth. Do you think you could talk to my mother-in-law for a second? She has something she wants to say about the blueberries you sent.
That's fine with me.
This must be Leah, right? It's been such a very long time. I think the last time we spoke to one another was at your sister's wedding a while back. And thank you for sending us some of your family's blueberries every year in the mail.
It's been far too long, Jill. And don't worry about it. I made sure to throw some other things in the box as well.
But the blueberries you guys got this year are just amazing. Compared to what we get at the grocery store, these things are just wonderful. Can you please let your mom and dad know how good these are as well for me?
Sure, I'll let them both know.
All of these blueberries you get from the woods behind your house, right?
Yes, we have a couple large patches of those blueberry bushes back there. And because we get so many every year, we have no other choice but to send them to everyone we know.
That is just amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time to think about us as well. I felt so bad for not thanking you sooner for this.
Don't worry about it. It wasn't that big of a deal for us. My family doesn't have a need for all those berries, so it was better to give them out than to let them go bad. And since Eliana makes wine with them, we thought this year we send her the most.
Really? Well, that's great to hear. By the way, does this mean you guys might still have some of these blueberries left?
We still do. We really did end up with a large harvest this year, so we have some bagged up and everything in our cooler outside.
Really? Well, that is so wonderful. Well, if you have no use for those ones, do you think you could send us a little bit more? Do you think you could do that for us?
Huh? Are you really okay with us sending you that much? I thought I already sent you more than you guys could eat and use.
Don't worry about that. If it was any other family, I'm sure that'd be enough. But in my house, everyone loves to eat blueberries, and we make all kinds of desserts with them as well. We also have some friends that enjoy your guys' berries, and so we've been wondering if we could get any more this year.
I see. All right. I suppose I can send you guys a little bit more.
I'm sorry to have to ask, but do you think you could send us just as much as you sent last time? 6 of those gallon bags worth?
You really are okay with that much?
Oh, really? We could go for truckloads of these things, but even then it might not be enough for us. You did harvest a lot this year, so that should be fine, correct?
All right then. I'll get those to you guys as soon as I can.
Oh, thank you so much. And if that ends up not being enough for us, it'd be all right to ask again, right?
Huh? I guess that'd be fine.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I guess I'll be in touch with you again. I'm looking forward to even more berries.
Leah, the next batch of blueberries have arrived. Thank you for getting this to us so soon. You even put in a bit more than last time, huh?
Well, it seemed your mother-in-law really wanted a lot of blueberries. She even made it seem like she wanted to ask me again for more in the future. So that's why I ended up sending that large amount.
Jill can be a bit pushy at times. Sorry about her. But thank you so much for these.
I probably shouldn't be saying this about her, but she seems to be a very pushy person, actually.
I'm really sorry.
No problem. It didn't really bother me. I've dealt with far stronger people, so it didn't bother me. But are you really okay with her being that strong? I'm sure you'll have a lot to deal with processing all those blueberries now.
Well, like she told you, everyone here loves blueberries, so they've been picking at a lot of them. But I guess I'll have a lot of wine to make. I'm even working on it right now.
Is there any extra equipment that you can use there? Maybe Jill is helping you out.
Nope, they don't really have the tools I need, so I only have what I brought. And also, Jill isn't the kind of woman to do these sorts of things.
Really? She's not helping you? There's at least one person there helping you though, right?
It's just me.
What? With that large amount of blueberries? That's going to overwork you.
Well, I've always been the one to make blueberry wine. It's my job. It's a bit harder this year, but I still love making it. So I'm not really complaining.
Yeah, but Jill isn't helping you at all?
Not at all. Today, she left me at home alone to do all this work while she went out again with some friends for coffee. So that's why I'm taking the time to get everything done as quick as I can.
She's not even going to help you make the wine, yet wants more and more blueberries from us? That's a little bit ridiculous of her.
Well, I'm not really that worked up over it. I really enjoy this kind of work. And to me, making wine every year is my responsibility.
Hey, are you sure you're doing okay with everyone in your husband's family?
Why do you ask? Especially after I said everything's fine.
Well, I'm still a little bit worried is all. And seeing that they're not even going to help you with any of the winemaking with that large amount of blueberries. Also, from what I saw of Jill when we last spoke, she seems to be a very pushy and overbearing kind of person. So I really do wonder if you're okay there.
Well, you're right to think that Jill is the kind of person that doesn't hold back, but, well, that's something I kind of like about her. Just know that they're treating me well here. I mean, I'm not going to complain when she's giving me a place to live and let me marry her son.
Okay.
And when it comes to making this wine, I'm always looking forward to everyone letting me know how delicious it is when all my work is done. And I was the one in the first place that could said I'd handle making wine with the berries. We really are doing great over here, so please don't worry.
Well, if you say so.
You really are the type that gets so worked up over nothing. I told you this before. If things weren't going well over here, I'd be coming back home to everyone.
I suppose you did say that. Sorry. Recently, I've heard of some coworkers about how at times the mom will try and pick on their daughter-in-laws for no good reason. That's probably why I'm feeling a little worried right now.
I'm sure there are people struggling with those sorts of problems, but in my case, I'm doing perfectly fine here. But thank you for worrying about me.
It's all right. I'm glad to hear that everything's going well for you. Ah, that's another thing. I just remembered I needed to ask about your family there. Or actually, people around your family's house. Is there someone with the last name Shelton that lives near you guys? Recently, that person has been coming into my office in the middle of the day. But it seems that they're from the same part of town as you guys are.
Huh? Shelton? I'm sorry, but I don't know them. I haven't really gotten around to meeting everyone in this neighborhood yet.
Oh, really?
I just let Jill handle all the relations with the neighbors and such. All I do is keep up with the family. I just make sure that everything within this house is okay, and that's all.
I see.
Well, does that Shelton person know anything about me? Have they said anything about me or about this house?
No, I just spoke with them, and hearing where they lived made me think about your part of town. But we never spoke about your house or anything like that.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
Is there something wrong with this Shelton person?
Nope, I just didn't want you talking about me or the family without me knowing about it. And perhaps if they knew me, I didn't want them saying anything bad about me.
That would never happen. Well, I can understand not wanting someone talking about yourself to some stranger.
Right. You didn't tell them anything about your little sister living near them, right? And that goes for any of your coworkers as well? Don't go off telling them anything about me that you shouldn't be.
I get it.
Sorry. Jill's friends just came over, it seems. I'm gonna have to talk with them now, so I'll see you later.
All right. Well, good luck with all that blueberry wine.
I'll try my best.
Eliana, do you have time to talk a little right now?
I have some time. What's going on?
Well, Eliana, what kind of life are you living over there?
What? Are you back to asking about if Jill is picking on me or not? I told you last time that I'm doing just fine, right? What's gotten into you?
I told you that I know someone that lives in that neighborhood with you, right?
Right, that Shelton person, right? And what does that have to do with me?
Well, that Shelton told me something a bit interesting.
Huh? What was so interesting about what they said?
Produce thief. They said it's become a real problem in their neighborhood.
Oh, is that so? That's the first time I'm hearing of this.
Are you sure? Because there are rumors going around of you guys being thieves. Shelton told me all about this.
Wait, so you have been talking about me with this Shelton? I told you not to bring me up with them.
Well, it seems they already knew about you. They even showed me a picture of us in a family photo. And when he looked at that picture with me, they told me they knew your face and that you're a thief.
Is that what they said? I'm sorry.
Are you actually doing something like that? If Mom and Dad find out about this, it'll kill them. What the hell are you doing, Eliana?
I'm sorry, but that's all my responsibility.
What?
I'm the one that's supposed to go around stealing produce.
There's no way you think it's supposed to be your job, right? What are you talking about?
But I have to do these terrible things.
What do you mean by have to? What's going on with you? Is someone making you go around and steal other people's things? Please tell me everything right now.
Jill is making me do this. She told me that it's my job as the new wife to go out and get food for the family.
So she's behind this? But why would she ask for you to go out and steal all that food? You should have told her you can't just do something like that.
I know that being a thief is a terrible thing, and I've been telling her for a while now that I don't want to do things like that. But she told me that if I don't do as she says, she'll find a way to make me pay for saying no.
What the hell is wrong with her?
Jill, whenever she feels that I'm not doing my job well enough, she'll put bugs in the food that she makes for me.
What? Bugs?
She'll also talk down to me like I'm some sort of pet of hers. And in the winter, if she's upset with me, she'll have me stand outside and splash ice-cold water on me.
What? She's messed up. There's no way someone sane would be doing that to another person.
Well, Jill isn't sane. I really don't want to continue doing as she says, but I have no other choice.
Why have you been hiding this from me? When I asked if you were doing okay with them, you should have told me that Jill was treating you this way.
Jill scares the crap out of me, and I don't want her to hurt me again. And when it comes to my husband and father-in-law, neither of them seem to care. Really, there's nobody in this house that actually cares about me.
So that's why you've had to stay under the radar. But didn't you say that if things got out of hand, that you come back home to us?
Well, that was just to stop you from worrying about me. If I were actually going to try and run back home to you guys, everyone here would not take that lightly. I don't think I'd even be able to run away from them.
What would they be able to do to you once you're with us?
Jill is a really messed up person, Leah. She wouldn't let things like that go until the problem she has with me is dealt with. And she's not the kind of person that you can ever talk any sense into. If I made it home to you guys, she'd find ways to hurt you all as well.
And so, to stop that from ever happening, you bared all the pain yourself, all the way to the point of becoming a thief. You're an idiot.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for all of this.
You need to get out of that house right now, and then you need to divorce that man.
I want to. I really can't take living this way anymore. Leah, come help me.
I sure will. I have no other choice now.
Jill has asked that I go out to someone's garden again tonight to steal more vegetables, but I really can't do it anymore.
Tonight? Wait, I can use that to my advantage. I think I can start telling people in the neighborhood that it isn't you that's in the wrong, but your mother-in-law, Jill.
How long are you going to be out in that garden for? Hurry up and steal all you can and then get back here. If you keep taking so long, the sun will come up and everyone will see you.
I'm so sorry, Jill, but what do you mean you want me to steal all this for you?
Are you kidding me? Stop messing around and get the job done. I told you earlier that I want the cabbage and carrots out of that person's garden.
But nobody has any cabbage right now in their gardens. It's not even the right season anymore for that.
Well, if you look hard enough, there has to be someone with cabbage left over. Now go find one and get back here. If you can't find one before you step back into this house, I'll make you regret that. Do you want to eat another salad with spiders in it? Or even better, would you like to continue living in the old shed with all those mice?
No, I don't want to.
Then get to it and bring me what I want! And there'd better be the cabbage and carrots that I asked for here when you arrive. You usually get your vegetables mixed up and make all sorts of mistakes.
Well, just like every other time, this time is also going to have some mistakes. I'm sorry. My little sister has always had trouble identifying what kind of things are what, but she did grow up with a family that rarely farm for vegetables themselves.
Huh? Little sister?
That's right. This isn't Eliana that you're talking to. This would be Leah.
What? Leah? Leah? Why?
Good evening, Jill. I'm with my little sister right now. She's a bit busy at the moment, so I decided that I'd be the one to talk with you.
So this hasn't been Eliana talking to me this whole time?
Ever since you started texting her a little bit ago, it's been me you talked with. And now I've been able to learn all about your little secrets.
What are you talking about?
You don't have to start playing an idiot with me. I know about what you've been having my sister do for you. How you have her stealing other people's vegetables from their gardens and fields. And I know that if she doesn't listen to what you say, you put bugs in her food. Things like that.
Oh, come on. That was all a big joke. Why are you acting so serious about all of this? That was just a simple joke between me and her.
That kind of excuse isn't going to roll with me. Maybe you should try another excuse, and maybe make something up that's a bit more believable.
Well, excuse me, but what the heck are you doing? Why are you with Eliana right now anyway?
I've been walking around the house of a person that says they know my sister has been stealing from them. And to make sure that everyone knows who the real thief is, I'm going to show everyone in the neighborhood these texts.
What?
I'm really happy that you chose the perfect time to start talking to Eliana like that. Because of you, I'll be able to explain all this to everyone you've harmed with ease. You'll be the one to blame, and everyone can see that Eliana had no other choice but to help you in your thievery.
It's not like I was threatening her to do it for me.
Didn't I tell you that you have to have way better excuses to get me to believe you? I want everyone that has been harmed by you to stop thinking that it's been my sister that's been wanting to steal from them. I want them to know that it's been you telling her to do all these things.
Ugh, the only one that's done anything illegal has been your sister. I never went out and stole anything from anyone. So why do you think I have to be the one responsible for all of her actions?
Well, it seems that the people that already know about this are blaming you, and they'll make sure to bring it up with other people in the neighborhood as well. And then they'll ask you to come see them, and can decide on whether or not to take you to court and sue you for what you've done.
If they go telling everyone about me, then everyone in the city will soon learn about what's been happening.
It's amazing that all the way out here a rumor like that could spread so fast. I'm sure that once everyone knows it's been you, you'll have a hard time living here.
Could you stop? If something like that happens to me, I'll be in huge trouble. What would I be able to tell my husband and son?
Well, it's not like your husband and son have been out of the loop this whole time, right? Well, perhaps you all should move out of here. It's not like the man that my sister married and expected to protect her did anything for her anyway.
I don't care about that. All I know is that this is all your sister's fault. The person that should be blamed and made to go to court is Eliana. I'm not going to pay for her crimes.
And my sister doesn't plan to pay for those crimes either. And that's why, to prepare for this, she ran away from you all. So right now, the only people in that house are you three.
What the heck? Why does everything have to come back to us? I want you to stop all of this needless crap right now.
Compared to what you've been doing to everyone in this part of town, I'm not causing any needless trouble. And I'm already pissed off knowing that my cute little sister has been forced to do all this stealing for you, or else she has to be hurt by you in other ways.
Well, it's her fault for being the young wife in this family. You should know that it's her fault, right?
Even if you think so, there's been someone here doing far worse things than her. I'm sorry, but my family is not going to let you get away with the things you've done to her. After all, I heard from Eliana that you once told her that if she ever told my family about this, you'd have to deal with us, right? Well, that's not going to happen, because we made sure to be a step ahead of you. So if you really don't want to start acting like an adult and taking responsibility for what you've done, then I'll make sure that you're paying more than a little money to those you stole from. After that, we told the rest of the neighborhood about what had happened, and then from there, Eliana and I went back to my mom and dad's. And then, after a few days, we heard about everyone in the neighborhood going ahead and dealing with Jill and her family. Eliana was aware that the police would come to see her as well about this, and so she prepared for this day to come. But because everyone knew that my sister was being forced to do all that stealing, they didn't hold it against her, and so the police only dealt with Jill and them. And to make sure that the police knew of this, they stated that they didn't want anything to be done with Eliana in the end. I'm sure that they all still blame my sister a little for doing some bad things by following through with what Jill had asked her, but their understanding and care for her is something I'm very grateful for. Once Eliana had left that house, things really went downhill for that family. The whole town got together and started to make sure that they all were aware of the steps that would be taken against them. Of course, Jill and them could not deal with all the pressure from everyone. And so after a day in court, they paid out whatever money they could to those that were victims of Jill. But even after getting the money they all asked for from Jill, they were still not happy with what had happened. And so from then on, Jill and her husband and son never really left their house. It didn't even take too much longer after that for them to finally reach their limit, and soon they were moved out of that house. And since then, we have no idea where they went. Just a day ago, however, Eliana's husband came to her house and tried so hard to apologize to all of us. He even tried his best to tell us that he never knew his mom was doing all these horrible things to Eliana. But even if he didn't notice all this happening to her, that would still mean he must not have cared enough about her to be with her when he got home from work, right? When we asked him that simple question, he had no other excuse to use, and we all came to the conclusion that he needed to divorce her. He reluctantly agreed with us, but through the whole process was crying and sobbing, asking for forgiveness from all of us. Instead, though, we asked that he made sure to give Eliana half of his properties in the divorce, and then we'd be able to forgive him. Currently, Eliana is back home with us still, and is being loved by every single one of us here. When she first got back to us from that awful household, she was very white and seemed so out of it. But just after a week, her color began to return and she opened up even more to everyone. To make sure that she never has to think about all that's happened to her, we plan to take time off to do all sorts of fun things with her and make sure that she has a bunch of new memories to cover up the past. And so for that reason, we're going to start by having everyone go on a family vacation, somewhere warm and sunny.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Ben, are you on your lunch break already?
I am. Did you need something? Mom, you're not going to ask me for more money, are you?
You don't need to sound so annoyed. It's not like I'm borrowing it because I want to.
You're not borrowing it, you're just getting it. You haven't given me any of it back even once.
I'm doing my best to economize as much as I can, you know. But as I get older, if something happens, I need more money than before. I have to go to the doctors for regular checkups and treatment. And recently the cost of living has gone up quite a lot, hasn't it?
You always say that. If you know that you need to use more money for your checkups and the rest of it, why don't you try and work a little bit yourself for it?
Oh, don't say that. I can't be working with my body in this state.
You say that, but there's nothing wrong with you. You just feel tired and lethargic on some days.
I get migraines too.
So do I. In fact, my wife gets them as well. A lot of people get migraines, but they still go out and work.
Oh, that may be true, but I'm old. It's not the same for you young folk. When I get a migraine, the pain is so bad that I can't get out of bed.
I understand that, but even if you get a part-time job and work for just 2 days a week, that would help you a lot financially. How about it? If you tell them upfront about your migraines, I'm sure you can find a job that will understand.
And what happens if I get a migraine on the days I have a shift? That will make it impossible to work. I'm sure that any job will prefer to hire someone who can make it to all their shifts without an issue instead of someone like me.
Then why not look for something that you can do from home? There are a lot of jobs that you can do on the computer these days.
I wonder about that. I don't think I could do any job like that. Remote work is for young people who are good with technology, not old people like me.
Mom, I really didn't want to say this, but if you are really struggling as much as you say you are, then why not go on welfare?
Welfare? Are you kidding me? I would never do that. It would be so embarrassing if people found out I was on welfare.
There's nothing wrong with being on welfare, and if you can't work because of your health, then there's nothing else for you to do. But you do still have money from Dad's inheritance and pension, so you might not qualify. You should ask somebody about it, and even if you don't qualify for it, they can help you find another way to improve your financial situation.
I don't even want to go to any center for a discussion. What if people see me coincide?
I don't think anyone will care about that at all. It has nothing to do with them. I'm married and have a kid, and Lily will be going into elementary school soon, so I will have to start paying for that too. I can't always just be giving you money. I also have to think about saving for the future. Lily will go to college one day, and I need to be prepared in case of an emergency too.
But you have a good job and salary. Why are you saying that you don't have enough money to help me?
My job doesn't pay as well as you seem to think. I'm just an ordinary office worker. And if you keep asking me for money, it doesn't matter how much I try to save, it'll never be enough.
Then why doesn't your wife get a job too?
We talked about this last time. Sophie is pregnant right now.
Pregnant women can still work. I always see people even in the later stages working. She could just get a part-time job with not that many hours. That would be something at least. She's still young after all.
You say that you can't even do that because of your migraines. But you're going to be telling me that my pregnant wife should be working?
That's because pregnancy isn't a sickness.
That doesn't matter. Stop talking like this. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, but I really am in need of money. This can be the last time, but please help me out.
How many times do you think I've heard that it'll be the last time? I can't help you any more than I have already.
Please, Ben. I promise this time really will be the last time.
If that's the case, I want you to think about what you're going to do so you don't need to borrow any more from me. If you find a way that you can bring in some money on your own, then I will think about lending you some more. You're still only in your 50s. If you want to work, it shouldn't be that hard to find something.
Okay, I got it. I will find a part-time job then.
Will you really?
Yes, I promise. So this month, can you lend me about $500? You know that you're the only family left. I can't ask anybody else but you.
Okay, fine. I'll transfer you the money. But I'm going to check back in a week to see if you found a job. We can talk about that then.
Oh, thank you, Ben. That's fine. I'll decide what I'm going to do within the week.
Mom, how is work going? Is everything okay?
Well, it's not too bad, I guess. It's just data entry, so it shouldn't be too much of a strain. It's just pressing a bunch of keys all day. But even so, my eyes hurt from looking at a screen all day, and my shoulders get stiff so quickly. It's more of a strain than you might think.
That would be the same for anyone, though. I'm sure you'll get used to it the more you do it. But if you can make about $500 working there on the side, you should be fine with all your expenses, right?
I wonder if $500 will really be enough. I haven't made anything at all yet. I keep asking myself whether there's even a point in doing this job at all.
Well, you've only just started. It's important to just keep going and things will get better.
Hey, Ben, would you be able to send me some money this month too?
What? Why? You said that last time would be the actual last time.
I know that, but I won't get paid for at least another month.
What am I supposed to do about this month? You have a house, so you don't need to pay anything urgent like rent. Plus, if you still have money from the inheritance, the bigger problem is that you still can't get by somehow despite all of that.
I've been telling you there are things I need that take a lot of money.
Can't you just find some way to economize this month and make it through until you get paid?
No, otherwise I wouldn't be asking you.
Don't tell me that you've already spent all of Dad's inheritance.
No, I haven't done that. But I'm thinking about my real old age and I don't want to use it.
I understand that. but it's there to be used.
Can I get you to send me $800 this month?
No, I won't. I told you that already. I'm going to have a lot more expenses than I've had up until now very soon. Sophie and I need to start paying for Lily's school supplies and fees, and I have a second baby on the way. I can't just be handing out money to you.
Oh, Ben, come on, help your mother out.
No, not this time. I think I've spoiled you too much up until now. Things can't keep going on as they have been. This month, you have to try and figure things out on your own.
Then how about I pay for Lily's school supplies and fees?
What's the point in that? If you have money to buy those, then just use the money for yourself.
Well, that's not quite what I mean. I mean that I will start to pay you back the money you've given me so far, so you can use that to pay for her.
You're really going to do that? You haven't returned a single cent up until now.
Of course I will. That's why I started working. Plus, I haven't even been able to do anything for Lily, even though she's my granddaughter. I felt so bad about that the whole time.
I see. But even so, I'll just accept the intention. I want you to take a look at your lifestyle and see what needs to be changed, so that you can live by your own means.
But Lily's school fees for her first year at school only come once, right? I would like to be the one to pay for that as her grandmother.
Even if you say something like that, it's still a no. This time, I really can't give you anything. This has happened just too often.
But I'm begging you, Ben. You know that you're the only family member who I can ask.
I know that. You always say that. But I want you to try and see things from my point of view. If you plan on continuing to borrow money from me like this, I might need to reevaluate our relationship as mother and son.
What do you mean by reevaluate? Do you mean you're going to sever ties with me?
That's something that I have honestly thought about before. I just really want you to fix the way that you use money. You can't just always rely on me to bail you out.
Oh, I understand. I'll stop asking.
I'm sorry, Mom, but it's just been too much.
Then at least let me pay for Lily's things for school.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
But I want to give her something as her grandma. Let me do this at least.
Even though you're here asking me for money?
Oh, it will be fine. I'll get things ready, okay?
Sophie, how was the checkup today?
Everything was good. The baby is healthy.
That's good to hear. It's Lily's first day of school next month. Do you think you'll be able to attend the ceremony?
I think I will. The baby is due next month, but it should be okay. I wanted to talk to you about the things Cindy sent us.
Right. They arrived then? Sorry, I didn't mention anything, but Mom wanted to send some school supplies for Lily.
Yeah, they arrived, but I took them to the police.
What? Why the police?
I think all the supplies that she sent us were stolen.
Are you kidding me? Why do you think that?
I just happened to hear a story about a girl who got her backpack stolen from a park with all of her things inside it.
Okay, but why would that mean the things Mom sent are stolen?
Nothing was in its packaging and had all been wrapped up just in newspaper. It's not for certain, but it seems strange to send things like that if she had just bought them.
Oh, seriously? I'm so sorry. So what did the police say?
They said that they'll look into it, but that there's not really much they can do. I only just handed them in, so I guess they will contact me later. Ben, this time is really too much. I've tried to be really patient with Cindy up until now, but...
I know. I'm really sorry about this.
I know that it's not your fault. Don't think that I blame you for this. But I can't defend Cindy's actions at all.
No, you're right. I should have been more strong with her before. I'm sorry that it had to come to this. Let me know as soon as the police contact you.
Ben, did the school supplies arrive?
Yeah, they did.
I hope Lily likes them.
I wonder.
Oh, what do you mean? She didn't like them? What did she say?
Mom, what did you have in mind when you sent that?
What do you mean? I just wanted to do something for my granddaughter. But in the end, it all cost quite a lot. So because of that, sorry, but could you send me a bit of money after all?
I told you that I'm not sending you any more. Did you think that I would send you more money just because you sent Lily some supplies?
No, of course not.
Anyway, where are you right now?
Oh, what do you mean? I'm at home working on the computer.
No, you're not. I'm there right now.
Oh, really? Well, actually, I'm out because I'm going to meet a friend.
Then why did you lie to me?
Oh, I just thought you would have something to say if I wasn't at home working. But I'm just out today to get coffee with a friend.
That's also a lie, isn't it?
You're going to see your favorite singer live, aren't you? What? What are you talking about?
I asked the neighbors, and they said that you went upstate for a concert. Plus, you have a whole lot of merch here in your house. What is this? Have you been using all of the money I sent you for this?
Well, none of that stuff is really that expensive. It's fine to blow off a little steam every now and then, surely.
And the concert tickets, and the trip upstate, is that also not that expensive? And judging by all the ticket stubs here, you've been going to a concert at least once a month. I can't believe you've been messing around like this.
Oh, this is my one and only hobby. Are you going to tell me that I can't even enjoy myself?
If you have no money, then you should at least reel it in. And the stuff that you sent to Lily, that was all stolen, wasn't it?
What? Of course not.
There was a girl recently who got her backpack stolen with all of her school things inside it.
Oh, so what? That doesn't mean that what I sent you was stolen.
The bag you sent wasn't in a box or in any packaging, and it definitely had signs of use too. You definitely did not buy these things new.
The packaging was just getting in the way, so I threw it away before I sent it. You guys would have had to throw it away anyway.
But you just sent it in a random cardboard box?
Why does that matter? I had it lying around, so I sent the bag in that. The bag is perfectly fine.
Maybe at first glance, the girl who used it before was only in her first years, so of course she hadn't used it that much yet, and it is still in fairly good condition. But her name is on it.
What? Whose name?
The girl from whom you stole the bag. You might not have noticed it because it was on the inside of the main pocket and not on the outside of the bag.
What? There must be some kind of mistake.
I wish that it was a mistake, but it clearly isn't. But we took everything to the police, and they confirmed that the name matched the girl who had her bag stolen recently. So, what are you going to do? Keep lying to me?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ben.
So you admit it then?
I just really wanted to give Lily a present before she started school.
Even so, do you think any of us would be happy to get something that you stole from someone else? Thankfully, it wasn't a student at the school Lily is going to go to. But what if it was? Imagine what would have happened to Lily if that girl realized that Lily came to school with her bag that had been stolen before and started spreading rumors. Lily might have been bullied or viewed badly. And in the first place, stealing is bad, especially from a child. What were you thinking?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean anything bad by it.
How could that be? There's nothing good about what you have done.
But it's better than stealing from a store, right?
It doesn't matter where or who you stole it from. Stealing is stealing. How could you steal it from a little kid who had put it down to play in the park? What was going through your mind?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ben. I'm really sorry.
You should be apologizing to the girl who you stole it from, not me. You should just go and own up to what you did, and maybe things won't end up as badly for you.
What, I need to turn myself in? And what's going to happen to me? Will they arrest me?
I doubt that they will arrest you, but they might make you pay a fine at least.
Oh, what should I do? I wonder if the neighbors will find out about this. I don't want there to be rumors spread about me.
I guess you really do only care about yourself. You're not thinking at all about how we or the girl whose bag it is feels.
But the girl got all of her things back, didn't she? And it doesn't have that much of an effect on you and Sophie.
That's it. I'm going to have nothing more to do with you.
What? Why does that have to happen? If you cut ties with me now, I won't be able to survive on my own.
If you stop wasting your money on your hobby, then you'll be fine. Stop acting so spoiled.
Ben, I'm sorry. I promise I won't do anything like this again. It was just a spur-of-the-moment thing.
I don't want to hear your excuses. They're not going to satisfy me anyway.
I won't ask you for any more money. Oh, please, just don't abandon me. In truth, I don't have any left of your father's inheritance either.
I thought that might be the case, but it has nothing to do with me anymore. You brought this on yourself.
I'm so sorry.
I knew that you had no one else to rely on except for me, so I tried to be as patient as I could. But I can't do it anymore. You wasted all of the money from Dad, and even went so far as to commit a crime? I can't think of you as my mother anymore.
But I have no one left except for you. Oh, don't leave me all alone like this. I'll change and I'll stop wasting my money, I promise.
I wish you could have done that a little earlier. Just because we're related doesn't mean that I have to put up with just anything. I've done all I could to help you up until now, but I've had enough. We're not family anymore, so you need to figure out how to live by yourself without relying on anyone. After that, Mom went to the police and told them that she was the one who had stolen the bag from the girl. She met with the family and ended up resolving the situation. They felt bad for her because of her age and didn't try to press charges or anything like that, especially since the stolen things had been returned. Later, my mom had to move to a small apartment so that she would be able to pay the rent and had to stop indulging in her hobby so much. For a while, she continued to call me over and over again, hoping that I would pick up, but I never did. The last I heard about her was that she was continuing her data entry job at home and barely leaves the house because she feels so ashamed about what she did and doesn't want anyone she knows to see her. The girl who had had her bag stolen went to a school in the next district to where Lily was supposed to be going next year, but we changed the school to one a little further away, just in case some rumors did start to spread. It would be horrible for Lily to go to a school where the other students were talking about how her grandmother had stolen a bag from another student. It isn't easy to abandon your own mother based on their actions, but there was nothing else I could have done. I put up with her and her actions for long enough, and in the end, this was the only way things could end. I feel bad in a way for how things ended up, but at the same time, she brought this all on herself and got what she deserved. From now on, I hope she can reflect on her behavior and change at least a little. Now that I don't have to constantly lend her money, my own family's daily life has improved significantly, and we can live without worrying too much about expenses. I thoroughly apologize to my wife for letting things go on as long as they had, and thankfully, she forgave me. From now on, as the foundation of the family, as a husband, and as a father, I will make sure to focus on those who are truly important to me and work to help them live their lives happily.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Hey Mom, are you doing okay?
I'm doing fine, honey. I'm just about to fly out of state for a little while.
You going away for another business trip? You went away to Illinois for work before, right?
Yeah, this month's been really hectic. We've been releasing a ton of new products lately. I have a bunch of store inspections to do, so I've been rushing around like a headless chicken to fit them all in.
Sounds like you're busy as ever. My mom's the coolest.
Well, we're not the biggest company, so it's not like there are tons of stores to get through, but there's a lot of planning and preparation that goes into each visit. Some people might think us CEOs have it easy, but I feel like I'm doing the work of 5 people. I'm so rushed off my feet, it's almost hard to believe. Wasn't it the same for you when you were working?
I'm really not sure. My old life is kind of crazy ever since I became a stay-at-home housewife.
Keeping on top of the housework and running things at home is just as important a job as any other, if not more so. As you know, housework's never been my strong suit. I'd be begging to be freed from my torment by day 2. The fact you've been doing this for over a year now is incredible, Katrina. I'm so proud of you.
I'm surprised to hear that. You strike me as the kind of person who can do absolutely anything.
Don't you remember what the kitchen looked like that time I got done cooking? When was it again? Back when you were in high school, I think. If my memory serves me right, someone got angry with me and told me never to go in the kitchen again.
Oh, now that you mention it, I remember now. The method you used to make that meal was certainly, how do I put this, innovative?
Right? I can't necessarily say I was proud of it, though. But didn't you find it really difficult to adapt to your new life as a housewife when you and Jessie first moved in together? Since I sucked at it so bad, I could never teach you all that stuff growing up.
Don't worry, I never struggled. I've always been better than you at housework. Maybe I get in Jessie's mom's way sometimes, but that's it.
How are things with his parents these days? Are you guys getting along like a house on fire like usual? I know they're great people, but even the best of us are tested when it comes to shared living arrangements like that.
Sure, things aren't bad. The whole living together is going well. Just normal, I think.
I see. I want you to know that you can always talk to me if there's ever anything troubling you, okay, Katrina? It's totally normal if you find it difficult at times. Most people would shudder at the thought of living with the in-laws. I think what you're doing is admirable. I know you missed out on all sorts of things and faced all sorts of challenges the other kids didn't have to face since I raised you on my own as a single mother. If there's anything I can do to help you now, I'm here.
Don't be silly, Mom. My childhood was great. I wouldn't have it any other way. I never wanted for anything after Dad died, and I'll always be grateful for everything you've done for me.
Thank you, Katrina. I feel like 10 years got added onto my life from just hearing you say that.
Come on, Mom. Surely that's an exaggeration.
Sorry to go off the subject. Anyway, I want you to know that if you ever need me for anything, I'm always just a phone call away.
Okay, thanks. Actually, now that you mention it, there was something I wanted to ask you, or how do I put this? A favor to ask. The thing is, Mom, I'm thinking about starting work from home as a freelancer.
Wow, really? That's great, sweetie.
So, I was wondering if you could maybe give me some work through your company to help me get started? Of course, I'm happy for you to go through all your preliminary checks and complete some trial work if you need me to. I don't want you to treat me any different than you would anyone else. And if it turns out you don't have any use for me, then of course you don't have to take me on.
It just so happens that I have the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about putting some effort into expanding the company's reach on social media lately. Especially Peepbook. All the kids seem to be on there these days. You used to work in graphic design related to marketing, right? Do you think you could make us some images to promote the company on social media?
You bet I can. That's exactly what I did in my old job.
I'm pleased to hear it. Most of the staff at our company are bordering on being geriatric. So I thought it'd be nice for us to get some young blood on board. I think you could be just what we need. I have all sorts of ideas about new marketing strategies and product ranges. I can't promise the wages will put you on any private jets, but what do you say?
Absolutely, count me in.
Got it. I'll fill you in on the details later on. Can you send me a work use address?
Sure, will do. Thanks so much, Mom. You're the best.
It's nothing, really. If anything, I'd be a fool not to bring you into the fold. You know the company better than most. What brought all this on, though? How come you're suddenly so interested in working from home? If I remember rightly, Jesse's a traditionalist. He said he'll do anything in his power to avoid you having to work, so you can spend as much time as possible keeping things at home in order, right?
It's true, he is. But it's not working out in reality like he envisioned. And to be honest, we're not doing so great financially.
Really? Is everything okay? Did something happen?
Don't worry. We're not in any danger of becoming homeless next week or anything. It's just we've been in the red for a couple of months now. I figure if I can start bringing in some money on the side, it should even things out again.
Really? I mean it though, sweetie. If you ever need my help, I want you to tell me. Don't think you're being a nuisance. I want to be there for you. I'm more than capable of lending a helping hand, you know. Being a CEO has its benefits.
It's fine, really. Sure, you might have your own company, but you're the one who worked so hard to build it up. It's only right you should be the one to enjoy the riches that come with it. Besides, it's not really that serious. Maybe I made it sound worse than it actually is.
Okay, if you say so, honey. I'll always have your back, though, Katrina. Never forget that.
Hey, Annie, it's been a while.
Well, if it isn't Jesse. No kidding, it's been ages. When was it that we all went for that meal together? 6 months ago? Anyway, how's my favorite son-in-law doing?
I'm doing great, thanks. Yeah, 6 months. Thanks for taking us out back then. Even now, I can still remember the flavor of those tender, juicy, succulent ribs. Delish! Oh, Mama, I'm getting hungry just thinking about them.
You're right, everything was amazing. That was the best steak I've ever had in my life. I thought the place looked good as soon as I read the reviews online, and they didn't disappoint. I'd love if we could all go together again soon, but I imagine you're probably all kinds of busy with work.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, it's just that last time I invited Katrina out for a meal, she declined because she said you'd be home late. Is everything okay? I hope you're not overdoing it at work.
Oh, that. I actually picked up some part-time work on top of my main job.
Huh? You're working part-time on top of the full-time hours you do at your normal job?
This is kind of embarrassing to admit, but the management at my main company is a train wreck. You could say things have been running less than smoothly lately. I took a huge pay cut a couple months back and things show no sign of improving. To put it bluntly, the place is in tatters.
Wow, I see. I had no idea. So that's why Katrina's so intent on finding work.
Katrina said that?
Yes, she said things hadn't been going so well lately, so she wants to find some freelance work online to supplement the family finances. Of course I offered to help out, but she was adamant you guys would be fine on your own. Are you really gonna be okay?
Well, to tell you the truth, things don't look great. The situation's so bad at the company right now that I'm considering finding a new job.
Right, that makes sense. If it doesn't look like things are gonna improve there, it'd be wise to keep your options open.
So, on that topic, there's kind of something I've been wanting to ask you. You think you might be able to help us out a little? Just for a short while till we get back on our feet? I know Katrina said we're okay, but she's just too proud to admit we really ain't. Truth is, we're only just barely getting by.
Of course I'll help you.
Really? You sure you don't mind?
Of course. We look out for each other in times of need.
Thanks a bunch. I'm mega grateful. I'm really sorry to trouble you like this.
We're family, Jesse. You don't have anything to apologize for. I know you do the same for me in a heartbeat where the table's turned. I also know how hard you work to make sure my daughter never wants for anything. It's an honor and privilege to be able to contribute to that.
Thanks. There is one thing, though. Would you mind not telling Katrina about this? I prefer if we can keep the whole thing between the two of us. If she finds out, I just know she'll feel bad and tell me to give it back to you. She hates the idea of inconveniencing you so much she'd rather live on the breadline than ask for help.
You're right. That's pretty much the impression I got when I offered to help before. The chances of her accepting it are slim. On the other hand, money is important, and I'm a big proponent of openness and honesty within a relationship, especially a marriage.
I understand that, but my pay cut has taken its toll on us both over the last couple months. I really don't want to worry her or stress her out more than she already is.
It's not that I don't understand how you feel, but...
Annie, please. I swear on my ancestors, I'll find another job at a good company with the shit together, and I'll never make your daughter worry ever again. I solemnly vow to provide her with everything she needs and wants, forever. Please just cover us for these next 2 months.
All right, I understand. I want to be there for you both. If it's just 2 months, I'm more than happy to help out. Hopefully, that should give you enough time to find a new job. That said, if 2 months pass and you still haven't found anything, I want you to tell Katrina I helped you. Do we have a deal?
Hell yeah, we do. You're the best mother-in-law in the whole universe. My mom and dad, on the other hand, don't even get me started. They've been so useless. I can't rely on them at all.
Please go easy on them, Jesse. They've been wonderful to Katrina ever since you two met. I know this might seem like a strange time to tell you this, but look after my daughter. She asked if I could provide her with some work through my company recently, and she seemed really excited by the idea. I understand the main reason she asked me is because you guys have been struggling, but it seems like she might actually be interested in working again because she enjoys it.
I see. To tell you the truth, I've been thinking about the same thing myself. I was always so dead set on the idea of her becoming a stay-at-home housewife, but you're right. It can be a lot more difficult than it sounds, and not everyone wants to be stuck at home all the time.
I'm pleased to hear you say that. I can only give her part-time hours as things stand. But if she does say she wants to carry on working when you guys are out of this little pinch you currently find yourselves in, I want you to support her. Of course, I understand you want her to be a stay-at-home housewife.
That's fine, really. I'm willing to keep an open mind if that's what Katrina really wants to do. Besides, you're helping me out big time right now. I'm hardly in a position to go making demands, and I wouldn't want to in the first place. If Katrina's finding being a full-time stay-at-home housewife difficult, then I feel bad too. I never wanted to pressure her into doing anything she didn't want to do.
Thank you. All right, could you send me your bank details? You said 2 months, right? How much exactly do you need?
You think you might be able to send over $2,000 for now?
Okay, got it. I just sent the money. I'm looking forward to hearing how your job hunt's going in 2 months' time. Fingers crossed for it being good news.
Mom, are you there? Is now a good time?
Huh? Sure. What's up? Is this about work?
Yes, there was something work-related I wanted to talk to you about, actually. But I have something else unrelated to tell you.
I hope you're not overdoing it. You shouldn't be pushing yourself at a time like this. In fact, you really shouldn't be thinking about work at all on a day like today. I hope you're taking enough breaks, too. You can always tell me if everything's getting too much and you want to call it a day early. But actually, you know what? All talk of work is officially forbidden. All I want you to think about now is enjoying your time away to the fullest.
Huh? Why? At a time like this? A day like today? My time away? What are you talking about?
If you can't stop thinking about work stuff on a day like today, when can you? I just saw you all at the airport. I take it you're going away on a family holiday? I saw you all with your big suitcases. You must be heading off somewhere.
Oh, you saw. Don't worry, I'm not going with them.
Huh? You mean you're not all going on a family holiday? But Jesse and his parents were there. Huh? What on earth? Back at the house like always. What does that mean?
It means just that. This was what I wanted to talk to you about, actually. This whole thing with living with Jesse and his parents. It's not going well, Mom.
What? Are they bullying you?
Bullying? I never really thought of it that way, but I guess now that you mention it, maybe. Things between me and Jesse haven't been going so well. He took all the money I saved up back when I was single, saying, "It belongs to the whole family now." They've been treating me like their live-in maid this whole time.
They've been doing what?
Mom, I'm sorry. You were so happy for us at the wedding. But I married a monster.
You don't have to apologize, sweetie. You had no way of knowing. You must have been through so much, my poor girl. You need to get away from that family as soon as possible. I want you to come home immediately.
I'm so sorry, Mom.
What reason would you possibly have to apologize to me? That twisted husband of yours and his family are the only ones at fault here.
But you said you wanted me to be happy. You were so pleased for us when we got married that you cried tears of joy. I've never seen you so happy. All I ever wanted to do was to make you proud, Mom. But the man I fell for turned out to be a total jerk. Him and his family used my savings to fund holidays and meals at fancy restaurants. They treat me like their own personal maid. I have to do whatever they say and cater to their every whim. I'm so pathetic.
Stop this, Katrina. Stop it now. You haven't done anything wrong. Listen, sweetie, there's something you should know.
Something I should know?
The reason I didn't say anything to Jesse and his family when I saw them at the airport is because I thought it might make Jesse feel awkward.
Awkward? How do you mean?
I owe you an apology. The truth is, Jesse asked me for some money. He told me what a difficult spot you guys are in, and I gave him some.
He even came begging to you for money? That jerk! I can't believe this. As if stealing my money wasn't enough. He even went pestering you for cash behind my back? So that's where the money for the holiday came from. My savings are running low. So I was confused when they said they were going away on a lavish family holiday together. But this explains it. Just when I think he can't sink any lower. God, what a scumbag!
Katrina, just tell me one thing. Do you have time to do what you need to do now?
Yes, it's time for me to get away from this house once and for all.
Good. Come to my company's office as soon as you can. We have your future to discuss.
Annie, you there? This is urgent. Is Katrina with you?
She sure is. The divorce papers are left on the table, right? I do hope you'll hurry up and sign them without kicking up a fuss.
Did Katrina tell you anything?
Yes, everything.
Whatever she told you is not true, I swear. This is all a huge misunderstanding.
Which part? The part where you stole my daughter's savings and used them to eat out at fancy restaurants and go on family holidays that didn't include her? Or the part where you and your parents treated her like your own live-in slave? Mark my words, you will pay for the hell you put my daughter through, you sniveling coward.
No. You're being too hasty here. Let's not jump to conclusions, okay? Just because Katrina says those things doesn't make them true. What she told you was wrong, a lie. Well, maybe not strictly a lie, but she has it all wrong, I swear. There are two sides to every story.
Go on, I'm listening. Are you saying there was a perfectly legitimate reason for you to take advantage of bullying and abusing my daughter? This should be good.
I don't know anything about these restaurant trips and family holidays you mentioned, but the reason we had to use her savings was because we were struggling to get by. As for treating her like a slave? That just ain't true. You gotta believe me. Listen, my parents are old-fashioned, and they can be crazy strict sometimes, but that's all. Strict. They're not slave drivers. They hard on me too, you know. They were probably just hard on her when it came to keeping things in good shape around the house.
My poor daughter's hands were so worn out I could barely believe my eyes. Despite living in the age of modern cleaning technology like vacuum cleaners and washing machines, she told me she was forced to do everything by hand. There's being old-fashioned, and then there's being sadistic control freaks. It's patently obvious which category you three fall into. You have cleaning appliances, for crying out loud. But you still made her hand wash her clothes with a washboard. That's harassment. Plain and simple.
A washboard? Sorry, I had no idea that was going on. My mom must have made her do that. That's how she used to do the laundry when she was a little girl. I'll tell her it's not acceptable. And make sure she never does that again, I swear.
Don't bother. My daughter's never coming back.
But I love Katrina. She's my darling angel, my soulmate. I had no idea my parents were treating her like this when I wasn't around. I'd never let them get away with it if I knew. Do you really think I'd turn a blind eye to that kind of thing? She's my wife. I promise I'll never let this happen again. Please just let me speak to her. She's not answering my text or picking up the phone.
No chance. She wants nothing more to do with any of you. You're done. Finished. She wants a divorce. The mere thought of talking to you makes her feel nauseous, which is why all communications will go through me from now on. If there's anything you want to tell her, go ahead.
But I don't want a divorce. I don't consent. I'm not signing those papers. She's so special to me. She's the love of my life. I can't lose her. If she doesn't want to live with my parents anymore, we can move away and get our own place. Please, just give me one last chance to speak to her. I'm begging you.
But your parents weren't the only ones who bullied, abused, and manipulated her, were they? You were involved too.
I wasn't, I swear. You have to believe me. Besides, do you have any proof? You can't just go around making wild accusations like that.
Would you admit it if I did? Because it just so happens that I do, actually. She has all of the transaction history from the bank account you've been stealing money from ever since you got married. One thing you didn't take into account during your horrible campaign of abuse against my daughter is that she's very clever. She had the wisdom and forethought to hire a private investigator to collect evidence of what you were doing before her savings disappeared completely. She also recorded you all verbally abusing her every day.
She did what?
You underestimated my daughter, you twisted scumbag. What now? You got the balls to admit what a lowlife you are yet? Believe me, we have ample evidence and are willing to use it to bring you down if we have to.
Nah, you got this all wrong, I swear. Did you say she saw my transaction history? You should know the only reason I visited all those strip clubs was because I was on work-related business.
You're telling me you spent thousands of dollars across virtually every strip club in the city on work business? What kind of job do you do? The private investigator ascertained beyond any doubt that you were there for private reasons. You always went on your own, after all.
God, you wouldn't get it. Us guys, we need to release sometimes. That's just how we are. Well, she must have hired some cheap amateur, because that's wrong.
So that's your position, is it? Do you stand by that? Actually, forget it. I have no interest in dragging out this conversation any longer than it has to be. We have plenty of proof besides, so your protests are useless. It turns out you were also buying the stripper's presents. You're a generous guy, huh, Jesse? Oh yeah, and you used that money I gave you to keep you going until you found a new job to go on a lavish holiday with your family, didn't you?
It was my mom's birthday.
Even still, you left Katrina all on her own at the house while you guys went abroad to live at large on my money. Why was that again? Oh yeah, because it was her job as your wife to stay home and watch the house. You really are the most despicable human being I've ever had the misfortune of knowing. What the hell is wrong with you and your family? I feel like the average caveman probably had more progressive views on women than you.
The only reason we didn't take her on holiday with us is because we wanted to give her some alone time. Living with my parents was taking its toll on her, so we thought the holiday would be the perfect opportunity to give her some room to breathe.
Stop bullshitting me, boy! I'm sick of hearing your excuses. I used some of my work connections to get in touch with your boss. We just had a very interesting phone call. It turns out you never took a pay cut at all, and your company is doing better than ever. Go on, explain yourself. I'll wait.
Wait, what? You spoke to my boss?
Yes. One of my fellow CEO friends and him go way back. It's plain as day now, the only reason you came begging me for money was because you'd blown all of my daughter's hard-earned savings on frivolous treats for you and your deranged parents. Unfortunately for you, Katrina's done following your orders.
What did you say to my boss? Oh, you wouldn't have happened to, I don't know, say anything bad about me, would you?
You made my daughter's life a living hell over the last year, and the only thing you're worried about is yourself? Anyway, whether I say anything about what you did to your boss depends on your answer to my next question. Are you going to sign the divorce papers or not?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Does that mean you admit to what you did to my daughter?
Yes. I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart.
Talk is cheap. If you're really sorry, give my daughter back the $35,000 in savings you stole from her.
That's gonna be a little, you see, the thing is, I don't have any money. Giving Katrina her savings back is gonna be real difficult.
That's a shame. It looks like it's time me and your boss had another little chat.
Fine, I'll do it. She can have a damn $3,000 back, every last cent of it. Please just don't call my boss. I'm literally begging you here. I'd be on my knees at your feet if I was there in person. Please. I swear, I'll never go near Katrina again. Please forgive me.
You and your family caused my beloved daughter unimaginable pain and suffering, Jesse. She adored you once. Do you know that? She doted on you, and you betrayed her. I'll never forget what you did, for as long as I live. And don't get complacent. Just because I'm not calling your boss today doesn't mean I won't change my mind in the future. I'll never let you hurt her again. I think you know damn well what's going to happen if I find out you lied to me and try to contact her at any point after the divorce. I suggest you proceed very, very carefully from now on. After that, Katrina and Jesse's divorce was finalized without a hitch. Jesse broke down in tears when we met to discuss repayment of the stolen money, saying there was no way he could afford to pay it all back in one lump sum. We very kindly let him write us a written acknowledgement of his debt in the presence of our lawyer and pay it back in monthly installments. Jesse and his family started spending money like it grew on trees when they got their grubby mitts on my daughter's savings, and their spending habits quickly grew out of control. As a result of that, and the huge debt they owe my daughter, they couldn't keep up with the repayments on their credit cards and are now up to their ears in debt. Last I heard, all three of them are working day and night just to keep their heads above water. Things aren't looking great for them right about now. What can I say? What goes around comes around. My daughter has her suspicions that there were only two reasons he married her. Firstly, because he knew she had a hefty amount of savings in the bank. Secondly, because he knew I was the CEO of my own company. I guess we'll never know for sure, but judging by his behavior during the relationship, it's not that hard to believe. They really are the most despicable family I've ever met, which is why when they finally get done repaying the debt they owe my daughter, we're thinking of other ways we might be able to get our payback on them. I know they say an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted. My poor Katrina was pushed to her physical and mental limits by life with her ex-husband and in-laws. She says at one point she felt so trapped that even divorce didn't feel like an option. But her finally finding out about Jesse begging me for money was the straw that broke the camel's back. She hated the idea of causing me trouble so much that she decided she couldn't tolerate it anymore, and immediately resolved to get out of the house and away from her captors, no matter what it took. I wish she would have asked for my help. In a sense, her kindness worked against her. If she hadn't been so worried about inconveniencing me, she might have reached out, and we could have gotten her out of there a whole lot earlier. That said, I was blown away by her strength of resolve when she finally got serious and decided to put an end to things. I've never been prouder to call her my daughter. I made it clear that I want her to communicate with me more from now on. After all, what are moms for if not helping out their babies in times of need? One thing's for sure, nothing like this will ever happen again. As for me, this whole thing gave me a lot of pause for thought about my own behavior. It was wrong of me to keep a secret from her, and it ultimately made things worse. I promised Katrina to operate on a policy of complete honesty from here on out. She's always had a strong sense of independence, and the last thing I want to do is infringe on that by being overprotective. Which is why I want to support her from the shadows as she embarks on her new life, and instead of holding her hand, be her safety net, the last line of defense, there to help and support her when she needs me.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.